And welcome to another exciting installment of the Terrorisk podcast.
You're our host, Chris. I'm your co-host, Carmen. And our third off-camera, for racist reasons, is the producer, Richie Montero.
Hello.
Yep. So
Your car's fucked.
my car is fucked. I got T-boned in a hit and run incident, and
It's entirely not your fault. It wasn't like you were drunk driving while also smoking weed and snorting coke, as one would expect from listening to you or from knowing you.
I mean, even still, like it's just the fact,
No, even still, you'd be driving better than that.
even still, it's the fact that the guy hit me and just drove away.
Yeah, so
That's
tell
the
us,
biggest thing
Give
about
us
it.
the entire start from the beginning, Chris. Lay it on us. Tell us what happened here.
Wait, first,
exactly.
Rich, could you click on the picture on the desktop in the middle screen?
What's screen?
Yeah. So drag that picture over to the second monitor. You know what to do. Anyway, that's they got my right side. So I was pulling into the 7-Eleven parking lot, and this guy just comes out of nowhere. I didn't hear honking or tire screeching. He just slams right into my passenger side.
He just saw a car much nicer than his, and he was like, "I have to destroy this."
It was a piece of shit. It was a Toyota Camry. But like he comes out, I get out, and like I'm like I didn't even say a word to him. I just get out. I was like, I gotta call it, and he's like, okay. So I go to call it. As soon as I pull out my phone, he just like peels off, and that's it.
Was there a second delay or something where he was looking at you, seeing what you would do, and like,
Obviously,
was it? Yeah.
He gets out. He got out of the car and then just got back in and drove away.
So no words said to each other.
Well, I told him I just got to call it in, you know.
Yeah.
But I found someone like got his license plate.
Yeah.
So and they texted me the picture. Rich, click on the other picture next to that one.
Sure.
Yeah. So this is the guy's license. This fucking piece of shit Toyota Camry.
Oh, it looks like he didn't have much luck that night.
Yeah.
Also, what the fuck is the green shit?
Shitty paint job, I imagine.
I don't know.
No, what the fuck? No, seriously, what is that?
I don't fucking know.
Looks like a shitty paint job.
I don't know. All I know is that this guy
has to
slammed
be-
into me, and
Excelsior.
he split off. So I don't know. Like maybe he was drunk. You know, like maybe
Maybe it's like
fucked
he's
up.
drunk,
And
he's
like,
high,
I
he
don't
has
wanna do
drugs in his thing. He
Maybe
has
it
something
wasn't-
as simple as a crack pipe in
Maybe
his
it
car.
wasn't his car. You know, like maybe he was driving someone else's car. And either way,
On those conditions, is it actually a better choice to drive off? You're drunk driving, you're using someone else's car. Is it better to drive off and just get in contact through insurance?
yes, I would say so. I mean, would you rather get arrested for driving drunk, or would you rather just get like a little slap on the wrist for hit and run? I mean, don't get me
Okay,
wrong,
that's not fair. I mean, I'm not a driver, so that's why I'm asking you.
a hit and run is definitely a crime, though. It's a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
But the fact is, like, if you were a victim of a hit and run and your car got fucked up, you're probably not worried about like the guy going to jail as much as you're worried about like just getting your shit fixed.
Yeah.
So it's mostly an insurance problem at that point.
yeah.
You know, if no one got hurt, especially like a hit and run is just all insurance. It's mostly an insurance issue if it's just like no injuries and just the car got fucked up. And
And he saw because you exited your car that you weren't injured.
he didn't know that.
But you're right, because it could have been something he didn't see immediately.
Or I could have lied. Like maybe he was scared that I would lie or some shit. But either way, like the fact that he drove off, like that's what pisses me off the most.
Yeah, understandably so.
So I don't know.
You should hunt this guy down and rape him.
That's what everyone keeps telling me. Sans the rape, but like
Oh, interesting. Weird.
I found his insurance company, State Farm, and I got
They're
my
there.
I got my insurance company to file a claim with them. So hopefully that pans out to something. I even told my mechanic, auto body shop is the same shop that my friend works at. It's his place of employment. So you know they kind of try to look out for me, which is nice. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
So-
Maybe I'll either get my shit fixed or it's totaled and they'll just pay me what the car's worth, minus what I guess the garage has to take for like just holding the car, 20%, I think. So yeah, that's all she wrote.
So he does have insurance. I guess you already covered everything on this about what will happen beyond just the fact that you're out of a car for however long.
either one or two things is going to happen. Either he's going to try to fight it, and then he's going to have to deal with like what I do in response, or he's going to accept culpability, accept fault. And if he accepts fault, then he's going to take a hit on his insurance, on his premiums. On top of that, his insurance company has to send an inspector to where the car is, determine the damage, the assessment. And if the damages exceed the car's value, then it's totaled. And that means they're just going to cut me a check. Like $10,000 if I'm lucky.
Nice.
That's not a lot of money.
No, it's not.
But
Especially
like,
given how much your car costs.
it didn't cost that much more than 10 grand, but still, it's like I still go negative.
Yeah, and you
other-
still go negative by what, a few K?
Yeah, but otherwise, like if the damage does not exceed the car's value, in a reasonable range, then they could pay to get it fixed. And that's if this guy admits fault. That's if this guy says like, yeah, that was me.
If he doesn't?
If he does,
What if he doesn't?
well, then that's a whole different set of possibilities where either A, he's going to try to lie and say it's not his fault, or B, he's going to just not answer and not respond. In which case, who knows? Like maybe their insurance company will deny the claim. Like hopefully not. Hopefully they'll just like, because I filed the police report. It happened.
Yeah.
It's an incident that happened with the car that he was fucking whatever. Yo, why are you looking at this, Richie?
It's on your timeline.
It's not even on the screen.
There's
of
so many
this.
other things on my timeline though. You know what it is? It's because it's the brown man blood in you.
No, I hate
Yeah,
that.
no, it is. It is the brown man blood in you.
What? You
Like
hate what?
Like you love.
Wait. No, Richie, what did you say?
No, I hate like brown women.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying brown-blooded women just immediately their brains get hijacked by sexual stimulus so easy compared to non-brown. It's true. I'm not even saying
No,
it's a
that's
bad
true,
thing.
yeah.
Maybe that's why brown people are like overpopulating compared to like every other race. Like they could actually still breed. They still have libido.
But it's usually hot where they live too, which I think factors in as well.
What?
The heat makes people horny, I think, as well.
The heat makes people horny.
Yeah. And gay too, like Arabs, Italians, anyone in the Caribbean.
People elaborate on this, Rich. I want to hear your theories about how the heat makes you gay.
Well, it's like, I use like most of your brain capacity in the heat. The human brains are made for the heat, basically. I guess it drives you insane.
I think it's the opposite. I think the heat makes you fucking lazy.
It definitely does that, yeah.
I think the heat makes you fucking lazy. And if you live in tropical environments, you don't use the same parts of your brain to try to survive compared to like people up in the north. And I'm not saying, I don't want to sit here and say people below the hemisphere are stupider than people above the hemisphere, but
You go ahead and say it.
I'll go ahead and say, people below the hemisphere just tend to be stupider than people who are above the hemisphere. And I know plenty of black people that are smarter than plenty of
You
white
mean the
people.
equator?
The equator, sorry.
Yeah, the hemisphere is the difference between the Americas and the old world.
So you mean the divide between like South America's and
South America, North America, that's the Western Hemisphere. The Eastern Hemisphere is everything else.
Okay, so below the equator, supposedly, according to statistics, people are just stupider. I didn't believe it at first. I thought they were just being racist when they said that to me. So I did what anyone else would do. I Googled it. I looked at like IQ statistics. Like
The big exception is India. Southern Indians tend to be smarter than Northern Indians.
Is that true?
Very broadly speaking, and India is a weird basket case when it comes to a lot of different things. But basically, I mean, and because of the caste system, India has this weird situation where two adjacent towns might as well be two different races.
Yeah.
But India is a weird ass place. But very broadly speaking, for whatever reason, I haven't ever read a good explanation why. Like, generally speaking, there's, or maybe it's just the immigrant populations you're getting to. Maybe it's like a matter of like information, statistic taking that's going on. You're going to find, like, frankly, yeah, not always, but often the really, really dark Indians who are from South India, Middle East, they're upper caste, as are many of the Maybe it's a situation where you get a wider variety of more northern Indians in America than you do southern Indians, and the southern Indians are just really fucking smart. But it seems like...
What do you believe? Personally.
Personally, I think this is a bit of anecdotal.
You know what? I should just ask that more often when you ramble. I'll be like, all right, Carmen. This is
What
you
do I
meant. What do you
actually believe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might actually be true. But I don't know. India is kind of a big black box. It's hard to say. But it seems like I'll put it this way. The more southern folk, like all the art films out of India are coming more from the south, whereas the dumbass Bollywood films are more from the north. That is obviously just the film industry. It's not a guarantee of anything, but it feels like it suggests something. And
All right,
I met plenty of smarter northern Indians.
Let's admit, like IQ statistics by geopolitical region kind of get fuzzy in the modern age because of the information technology. That's really a lot has to do with it. Like,
a big factor is that like Africa's IQ average is probably true, but it's distorted by widespread malnutrition,
lack of access to information technology.
Yeah, like you can bring that up a bit. It's not going to be up to the East Asian average. It's not going to be up to it would take like one generation, frankly, or two maybe. But it's like when you're seeing the 67 average IQ in parts of Africa, that's definitely deflated due to environmental circumstances. Once that's compensated for, I'm not surprised if it's like 85 or 90.
I think my theory is that there's a sweet spot to suffering, right? Collective suffering within a given population, ethnic group, nationality, or whatever. And within the sweet spot, if you go too much suffering, the collective IQ suffers. If you go not enough suffering, the collective IQ suffers. There's a sweet spot of whether it's suffering brought on by just enough geopolitical tension on a constant, consistent way, or through some climate harshness that requires you to adapt, but adapt in peace. Like, yes, you're able to adapt to like weather that wants to kill you, but that's only because you have some space without enemies trying to kill you as well,
I guess the Caribbean is a good test case for this because it seems even with like Jamaica having a bunch of violence and obviously Haiti being an absolute nightmare situation, a lot of places in the Caribbean are actually really chill places to live. If you go to Trinidad, if you go to the Virgin Islands, if you go to any of these other Saint Martinique, Saint whatever islands, it seems like it's a pretty chill place to live.
What increases the tension of a place to live like that, right? It's always its strategic importance. You look around, say, like the Suarez Canal, or you look around like, I don't know, anywhere else like that. Like anywhere with some like crazy economic significance in a geopolitical context, that's where you're going to see more tension throughout history.
And you think that, well, let's see, I don't know. I mean, the cold weather theory that Europe and East Asia, because of cold winters, favored more long-term planning, leading to smarter people, feels fairly true to me.
Yeah, it feels true to me too. In a layman's way, as a layman, I say, yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, you got to use more of your brain to survive like tough fucking winters. Whereas if you could just like literally walk outside of your fucking hut onto the sand and catch some fish every single fucking day, or eat some calamari, or eat some clams, crabs, like that's easy living, like. Yeah,
it feels like it's easy living. Or like,
and you're gonna be lazy
farming is less intensive. Africa's a weird situation because humanity evolved there alongside all of these predators and parasites. In Africa, due to what, the Tutsi fly?
I really don't.
Richie, help me out here.
Honestly, yeah, Tutsi fly.
You care about you about so much more about. I don't know why I was never interested in Africa. Like, I just never was. It was just never. I mean, Northern Africa is probably the most like keen on African culture I've ever been, because that's where a lot of shit goes down. But also recently it was South Africa, for obvious fucking reasons.
Yeah.
But I never really.
Yeah, there's a bunch of blonde women in South Africa.
I never really gave too much of a care in what's going on in Africa. I should give more shits about what's going on in Africa, like the Congo. Maybe I'll visit.
No one really cares about Africa.
We should
really
care more about Africa. There's a lot of good shit in Africa. There's
a huge number of people. Though, to be fair, the population estimates in Africa are probably inflated. I think that theory is true. That
there's not that many people in Africa.
I mean, there's still a shit ton of people, and they are very young. But Africa, basically, their aid is based on, like, a lot of Africa's economy is based on AIDS and foreign aid.
Yeah.
So it's like they're getting more money for saying we have a oh no, bro, we have a huge population here and they're all dying of AIDS, and then they get a lot more funding from America.
Yep. It's just a matter of time before Africans become the new Jews. Nah, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
To be honest, the Chinese are next in line to truly become the new Jews.
Well,
Because the Chinese are beyond a nationality at this point. They're beyond a culture. They're beyond an ideology or doctrine. They're just an entity now, just like the Jews.
and the Chinese are the Jews of a lot of different areas. Chinese are the Jews of Southeast Asia. In certain parts of Africa, the Chinese are basically Jews.
I think Chinese do what the Jews are not willing to do, in a sense where it's like the Jews are saying you have to, there's strict rules that'll determine whether you're one of us, whereas the Chinese is, hey, if you look like one of us and talk like one of us, you're one of us.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
because the official Chinese stance is that everyone in China is Han Chinese, but they actually have like 27 officially recognized ethnicities, some number like that, 20 something, and there's probably even more ethnicities, and a lot of their local ethnicities basically get assimilated into the Han Chinese whole. Han Chinese is actually like a pan ethnicity. It means anyone
Just
within
like Jews.
within the historical realm of China.
You know what, I'll
But you
say
can
that-
see, like, if you look at a northern Chinese and a southern Chinese, you can tell they look different.
Personally, though, how do you feel about Hans being the new Jews? Or like creating another, basically, essentially an ethno-religion? Or maybe it's more of an ethno-ideology.
It's an ethno-ideology. They don't have a strong religious practice.
it's more
Confucianism is kind of sketchy at calling it a religion because it's really more of like a set of philosophies around politeness. Like, Confucianism is fundamentally a manners philosophy. It is all about, like, Confucianism.
We were
is
talking about Confucianism. We were just
Yeah.
talking about Han as an entity, as
Yeah.
their own ethno-ideology.
I mean, it's an ethno-ideology that's existed for 2,000 years, so they have something in common with Jews there.
And before Confucians, there was also still, the Hans were still doing their thing in a bit more of a rough and tough way, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just so many damn Chinese.
It's also a long ass history, which was interesting because when I saw that movie, The Great Wall, starring Matt Damon,
Huge star in China.
he is. He
Like,
can speak
people were-
he's one of those Hollywood actors that could probably speak fluent like Mandarin.
I don't know if he does, but I wouldn't be surprised, like John Cena. I remember when that came out, there was internet critique or criticism saying, why is a white guy the lead in this movie about China? But it turns out it's because the Chinese public love Matt Damon, and they wanted him in a movie.
Totally.
Same with John Cena as well.
Yeah, I agree. But the movie Great Wall was funny because it was it really touched on a lot of like occult shit, because they were with the Chinese, like in that narrative, it was said that like 2,000-3,000 years ago or whatever, aliens came and the Chinese built the Great Wall really to keep out the demons,
evil aliens, yeah.
Which was
So do they have a spaceship in it?
a meteor. But might as well be a spaceship. I mean, what the fuck is the difference between like if
I guess the point is that if it was a spaceship, they're intelligent enough of a species that they're going back home or trying to. If it's a meteor, are they basically just space animals?
yeah, like vicious creatures, but they're smart and intelligent and they fight like Chinese people. Like in masses.
What, in human wave tactics?
Human wave tactics, yeah. So you see the aliens attacking waves of Chinese and it's pretty cool. It's pretty epic.
But they're more like Zerg
Yeah, Zerg Rush.
than they are.
Could you pull up a battle scene from The Great Wall?
Sure.
So this is like the ultimate Chinese nightmare. Is you find an alien hive species that is even more Chinese than they are. The Chinese are the closest thing to an alien hive species.
First battle. That's good enough.
Full screen of that.
Full screen this Michael's advertisement.
Oh, cute.
It's
Cute
child porn
mulata.
coded. That's why I just said it's child porn coded, and you were like cute mulata. No.
Well, I like adult women, but I like how they're standing like elves on their little pillars
I don't
out
trust
there.
any advertisement. I feel like, oh, this is some.
It's funny because they literally look like Warhammer elves or Eldar.
Yeah.
And note the color coordination.
There's humans,
I
yeah.
think the
The
Chinese.
Chinese describe, what is it? What's the term for whites? It's like red fur devil.
I don't know. I just know
I
like
get Japanese, yeah.
red shoe and wei, or wei shoe and wu, or was it wei shoe? I don't
That's
know.
the Three Kingdoms, yeah.
Yeah, and they were all color coded in Dynasty Warriors. Like the shoe were green, the wei forces were.
Chinese love thinking of themselves as this highly I mean, I say are highly coordinated, but yeah.
Like an ant farm, like all China is just
Like
big
Necrons.
Yeah.
The Chinese are just big giant Voltron thing. They're just all parts of a whole, which is true.
This is like part of. Yeah, once again, it feels like Warhammer
Yeah.
elves. But I think that's also a Chinese aesthetic.
I mean,
These dogs are not very impressive.
but they're very durable and they're very cunning. Like they'll strategize and shit. They have these weird tactics.
Honestly, this is a more alien-looking design than a movie in America would have.
It's like Starship Troopers from medieval China.
It feels very Chinese aesthetic. Everything about this is very Chinese aesthetic.
Hell
so-
yeah, it's Chinese as fuck. Are you kidding me? Like human wave, like arrow waves and shit.
The special name tactics, the flamboyant Chinese opera, martial arts.
Yep. Oh shit. I forgot like a lot of people die in this movie.
The wuxia stuff, yeah.
Yeah, the wuxia stuff, yeah.
It's incorporated into it.
The pointless, weird skydiving martial arts.
It's the technique for their bungee warfare. This is the only way to defend the wall from these wall climbing aliens. You gotta just bungee down like a spider. This is kind of epic though, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, they're just lancers. It does seem really retarded, yeah.
I mean, dying like that must suck, honestly. They're very brave for going down there. Look at Matt Damon.
They're doing their Cirque du Soleil hoop tactic shit. I have a hard time believing that the Chinese would care that much for human life. What? Willem Dafoe's in it?
Wow.
Yeah. And you know who the guy on the left is, right?
Who?
What's his name? Pedro Pascal.
Oh, Pedro
that's not
Pascal?
him.
Yeah,
That's not him.
Yes, it is.
No fucking way.
Let me look this up. Is Pedro Pascal in the Great Wall? Yes, he is.
Wow, that's fucking him.
I love how they all have giant beards, which they would not have in an American production, but because the Chinese talk about the huge beards on whites, it's like a...
Yeah, it
Does
started
Matt
out-
Damon fuck a Chinese bitch in this?
I think he's married. Went to a white woman or something. I don't know. I gotta rewatch this shit. But I do know they started off as like a band of traveling warriors, mercenaries of like different ethnicities.
Yeah.
Like Pedro Pascal is a Spaniard, I think.
Well, that's fitting because I'm sure he's 90% Spanish.
I mean, and this has to take place around like what, like year 1?
It looks like it's supposed to be like Tang Dynasty, like 8th century.
Year 800.
700.
Oh, okay, that's some sick nunchucking on the drums though. That's cool. I would love to be there with my boys. Like, all right, boys, like track 2, and it's like, let's give them a good beat.
It's very Lord of the Rings inspired influence.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
Oh yeah, yeah, this him.
I can't remember if this is a PG-13 movie or not.
It's weird. It's like seeing and these are like whiteface.
Yeah, you're right. They're literally doing white minstrel show stuff the way they're dressed.
I forgot what colors there were. I think there was the blues, the yellows.
Red, green, blue.
Guess is my new best friend. Me. Always super serum body wash.
Wow, this is horrific.
I would fuck the Indian for sure.
At least you
both.
find some joy out of it. Would you fuck Mindy Kaling?
To be honest, maybe, yeah. At her lower weight.
Yeah. So yeah, that's we gotta watch that movie. Let's put that on the fucking list. Yo, actually, you don't have to pause that. We could just watch it silent.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to play it. You don't have to play it.
Yeah.
Because like if you abuse this, then it's gonna it's
Take
gonna
it
hit us.
down.
Yeah. So
It'll be taken down if we play it, yeah.
no, it is taken down. We've already switched to the other screen. But yeah, The Great Wall. Everybody, watch it. It stars Matt Damon, and he plays a white guy in medieval China. And
What is his ethnicity supposed to be?
Anglo.
English. Okay,
Yeah.
so he's an Englishman.
Yeah. Or he could be former Roman.
I have to check what year it's supposed to be set.
All right, I'll check it now. When does the Great Wall take place? 7th century BC, about around there.
Oh, it's supposed to be in the BC, so I guess
wait.
that's when it was actually built.
The Great Wall movie. When does it take place? Around the 11th century. Oh, Renzong Emperor.
Okay, interesting. I love it. What's the
The
dynasty?
Song Dynasty.
Song Dynasty. Oh, okay.
That's a cool dynasty. The
Yeah, it is.
Song Dynasty. Goddamn. Well, yeah,
What's everyone's favorite Chinese dynasty? Tang for me, which is like 8th century.
what was like 300 BC?
300 BC is Han Dynasty,
The
if I
Han
recall.
Dynasty, yeah, the Han-
And it's after or at the somewhere between the. It's not. I don't think it's spring and autumn period because I think spring and autumn period is like 700 BC. Is it the Seven Kingdoms?
No, the Three Kingdoms. I like the
Three Kingdoms is 200 AD. I know for a fact that the Romance of the Three Kingdoms is 200 AD.
Okay, so like anywhere between like 250 to like 190 BC. That's my shit because the reason why I like it so much.
So wait, do you mean before? No, do you mean before the Three Kingdoms, or do you mean the Three Kingdoms?
Around the Three Kingdoms during the Kingdoms.
200 AD. It's 200 years after Christ.
Really?
Yes, Three Kingdoms is 200 years after Christ.
Oh, shit.
Richie, pull this up.
What's the question?
When was the Three Kingdoms? I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure this is correct.
Era. CE.
Common Era, so AD.
AD. What was around?
Full screen.
What was around like 200 BC?
BC.
200 BC China.
Han.
Yeah.
Hey, I was right. Nice.
All right, so it's not either.
Look up-
it's
look
not-
up
it's
spring
not
and
either-
autumn
It's not
media-
either Han or the next. What I like is
What's
that
that?
in between, the transition between the Han dynasty. The reason why I like it is because it was like around the time that Christ was there. He's not gonna come out just because he's.
Richie, look up Chinese dynasties.
Chinese dynasties.
Yeah.
Wait, why are we looking this up?
I think the Christ, like around Christ's age, is still Han
It's
dynasty.
between Han and Sui.
No, Han is.
Look up, drop down Han dynasty. Yeah, see, that's around the time, right during Christ, 280
Yeah.
BC to 24 AD.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, that's Christ's time. Yeah.
So that's the coolest dynasty to me because again, like it was like a couple hundred years before Jesus, and yet China was on some serious shit. Like they were like in the sciences and culture, in
It
warfare.
was also relatively. I mean, 400 years of relative stability. Golden age of Chinese history.
And I like to imagine, like, what if Jesus, you know, like kind of
Went to
touch.
China.
Yeah.
What if Jesus ate rice?
Well, he did eat rice, didn't he?
I guess if he went to China, he would have. I don't know about in the Middle East if his entire life was set in the Middle East.
I showed you episodes of the show called The Chosen, right?
Yeah, you did.
I really like that show. It's a feel good show, honestly.
Yeah, because of humanity's redemption.
Yo, Richie, could you do me a solid?
Yeah.
Could you please get me some ice?
Sure.
I'll love you forever, my dude. Thank you, sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar. What was the last time you were called that? A gentleman and a scholar.
2010.
Yeah, last time you were dealing with an appropriately aged millennial who was using that terminology.
All right, so let's get down to brass tacks. All right?
Okay, brass tacks. Let's go.
We're imminently all right. A war between us and Mexico and the adjacent South American territories are going to be at war with us, or we're going to go to war with them, or we're going to seek to annex them, which will lead inevitably to armed conflict in one form or another.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to deal with it as Americans. Those are our neighbors. How are we going to deal with it?
Annexing is interesting because I was thinking about how a significant portion of the Mexican and Canadian populace would just join America if given the chance. A lot of them already immigrate here.
You could say the same the other way around. A lot of Americans would side with the Mexicans.
Who?
Mexican Americans.
I wonder how many actually would, though, given how docile Mexicans can be politically.
I don't know, man. Blood runs very deep in weird ways. This is the reason why the U.S. could never, ever, ever go to war with China.
Too many Chinese here?
Yeah, precisely. Not even just like regular population wise. I mean like mob ties, political ties, commercial ties. You know who else is like that? Russia. America truly cannot afford to go to war against Russia.
There are so many Chinese spies within America. If you work in tech or in a big education sphere, you very well might have met them, particularly if they're women.
I mean, how many Chinese people do you know? At least one, right?
One Taiwanese guy, but an actual one woman who is a PRC national.
So you know one person at least.
Hmm?
Do you know at least one Russian national?
Yeah.
So there you go. Everyone knows at least one of each.
I've lived in Boston and New York, education and metropolitan capitals. I'm predisposed to have met these people.
All right, even if you lived in like South Carolina, I bet you could still know at least one Russian and one Chinese person.
I'm actually skeptical of that.
I mean,
If they're
I mean, like at least an immigrant. No, you don't think so? You don't think Chinese and Russian people are ubiquitous enough in this fucking
No,
country?
I think you're thrown off by New York City brain. In New
Absolutely.
York, for sure.
Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. I mean, Chinese maybe, but Russian? No, hells no. Not
Richie, look up how many Russian nationals are in South Carolina.
or Russian immigrants.
Russian immigrant South
Because
Carolina.
national is still, you know, like. No, in U.S.
In South Carolina.
Oh, in South Carolina, okay.
What's the population total?
Probably not that many. It is South Carolina, after all. That's why I said U.S.
Well, I mean, in large parts of the U.S., there's people that don't know Russian national. I think they're almost all in New York. Maybe where are Russian immigrants
Just
in
look up
New York?
U.S. Like, how many Russian immigrants are in the U.S.?
And then where they are, I bet it's like 80% are in New York City.
No way.
What?
There has to be so many more than that.
Then why? Scroll up, Rich. Let me
Because
see Wikipedia.
Russian immigrants have been
Well,
fighting.
I'm trying to avoid the AI one.
Have been fighting for our country since like World War One.
There aren't that many. A lot of them are just in the north. They had 2.9 million. Not that many people. A bunch of those are Jews that came over after the Cold War. Russian Americans. Go up to Wikipedia. Go up. Russian American. Yeah, they're like in Alaska, in like New York, in Minnesota. Not surprised.
There's a little bit of density in Oregon and Florida, surprisingly enough.
Florida from Russian Jews. Much of the country, they've never met a Russian.
All right, what about like Soviet? What about Soviet-born people?
Brighton Beach, wow. Soviet born is going to be even less. Oh, where do they live? No, go forward. According to the Russian American 3 million, where they live. New York City has been the leading place for Russian Americans.
All right, I can
go down
see that
rich.
point.
Go down rich.
Maybe they are all in New York.
I literally think they're all in New York City, man. Percentage.
Oh shit! Wait. Let me see the other ones. Wait, go down. Yeah, Russian, Polish, Czech, Serbian, Slovak.
Also, the income, college degrees.
Wasn't Nikola Tesla a Serb?
Yeah.
Interesting. And he died in New York.
So
Interesting.
isn't
Oh, no,
debatable?
wait, he didn't die in New York.
It's
He
not
died-
like Slava debatable. You Serb like what, Polish?
So Slav, yeah, both
Yeah.
are Slavs.
All right, I concede. You're right. There weren't as many. I thought there were way more Russians.
Like what? Nietzsche being secretly Polish?
Mishima?
No, Nietzsche being
Mishima.
Nietzsche being secretly Polish.
No, okay.
At first I thought, yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense because of northern Germany. Interesting. If so, they're probably all in like Minnesota, where a bunch of Slavs and Scandinavians go.
All right. So let me ask you, Carmen. Do you think there's more Chinese people in America than Russian?
Yeah. How many Chinese people are in America?
Yo, they just, goddamn. So they're Asians like me, but I gotta say they really do function a lot like cockroaches.
Yeah,
that in
chin
a-
sacks.
I'm not trying to say that in a derogatory way. I have a lot of respect for insects. You know, like insects
Yeah.
are probably gonna outlive humans by, you know, like a lot. Like,
No, not that one. Go down.
on this planet at
There you
least.
go.
If we don't get our shit together, it's the insects that are gonna fucking take over.
5.5 million Chinese in America. Thing is, this is thrown off by older significant immigration waves of like Taiwanese, maybe, or like people fleeing China.
All right, so I got a confession to make. You know who's really growing on me? Like what ethnic group is growing on me in New York City?
What?
The Arabs.
Why?
They've always
Because
been,
they hate Jews like you?
I don't hate Jews. Do you really think I hate Jews?
No, I don't actually think you hate Jews.
When did I ever say I hated Jews? You know what? There was a half Jew that accused me of being like anti-Semitic once. I was like,
I'm saying it as a bit, Chris. I think it's a funny bit to say that you're anti-Semitic.
do you know
I don't
why,
mean it seriously.
Do you know why I come off as anti-Semitic to anyone?
You criticize it as an ethno-religion.
No. Well, besides that
You
might-
work
that
for
might-
Jews is the reason why you come off as anti-Semitic.
How would that make me come off as anti-Semitic?
People who spend enough time around them just sound anti-Semitic even when they're not.
Precisely. Listen, it's not that I have hate. It's that I know too much. I know too much about the Orthodox Jewish way of life, their culture, their traditions. I know way too much. And I don't just mean their traditions as in what you read in a book. I mean their actual
The
day-to-day
cultural practices, yeah.
Yeah, and it's some of it's bad, not all of it. Which might, you know, when I describe that stuff, it might make me sound anti-Semitic, but not some of it's great. You know, some of it's really good. I learned my money practices from Jews. Richie knows, right? I showed
Yes.
you. Yeah, he knows, and it works. I go through mad shit with money, and like because of my Jewish money practices, I always end up like right side up. But look, bottom line, it's not. I'm not anti-Semitic. I don't think I ever was, but I can come off as anti-Semitic because I just know I know a lot about the
I
Orthodox Jewish
personally
way of
am
life.
anti-Semitic.
What does that mean?
I'm both pro and anti-Jewish in equal measure.
So that's like, why? Why do you have both positive and negative thoughts?
I've dated too many Jewesses.
There you go. So you
to
you're the
not
same
have
as
a
me.
negative or
So
positive.
you're the same as me. You know too much.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I
you
know
kn-
too much, and I've been too closely intertwined to not love and hate them at the same time.
If I were to describe Korean culture as well as I could describe Jewish culture, I would sound anti-Korean.
Yeah.
I would talk about the classism. I would talk about the fake fucking plastic surgery trends, you know, latent within our cultural paradigm. I would talk about how bullshit K-pop is and how we haven't really exported.
Tell me about the
actual
class
music.
stuff in Korea, South Korea.
Before I get to that, what I want to talk about is the ethnic group that's been growing on me.
Arabs.
The Arabs. I love the Arabs. They never fuck with me. It's not that they're anti-Semitic. They're not anti-Semitic. The
Well,
Arabs-
yeah, you're not a Jew.
The Arabs
The
really,
Arabs are anti-Semitic, genuinely. But go on.
not really. I mean, yes, they'll talk a lot of shit about Jews, but they always do business with Jews in this fucking city. Always.
Fair.
100%.
That's
Like,
probably why they talk shit. Yeah.
exactly. So I know they're not truly anti-Semitic. Otherwise, they would never do business with them if they were truly anti-Semitic. Nice. There's paper towels, I think. Right there.
Yeah. So what have your interactions?
Why'd you bring the seltzer here?
Carmen did.
I did.
So anyway, paper towels over there. Okay. So what are you saying?
I mean, they're doing business in New York City. If they're going to do business with the Jews, it's going to be hard not to.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Also, they're similar in a lot of ways.
Jews and Arabs.
Yeah, they're both Semites, so yeah.
All right, so the reason why I like Arabs is they never fucked with me. I've even had like little Orthodox Yiddish kids in their little fucking big hat uniforms. They're cosplay little Jewish kids. Yeah, they talk some shit at me. They called me chink before, and
Jesus Christ.
why?
You're Korean.
So they don't know that.
Yeah, I mean, all East Asians are Chinese to anyone who's not white or Asian.
Or me.
So yeah, or you.
But
So
no,
it's
that's
like
just
in
you,
Latin,
though. Like
in
fucking-
Latin America, every single East Asian person is El Chino.
What?
In Latin America, no matter what kind of Asian you are, you're El
The
Chino.
Chino, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, but Arabs never did that. I've never had an Arab come up to me and fuck with me for being Korean. You know why? I think, all right, when it comes to who likes Asians more between Arabs and Jews, I think Arabs really dig Asians. I think Arabs really like K-pop. They really like
They
K-dramas.
do. I know that
They
a
really
lot
like
of
Chinese food.
I know they love K-dramas.
They like anime. They love anime.
I know they love K-dramas, particularly Arab women.
Yes, they love that shit.
Because it's like conservative romances.
Yes, they love that shit, and it works for them. So that's why I think Arabs are more favorable to Asians than Jews are. I'm not saying Jews hate Asians. I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying that the Arabs kind of have a thing for Asians, you know, especially Koreans.
Well, Jewish men have a thing for Asian women, or vice versa, really. Asian women have a thing for Jewish men.
I think Arabs like Asians for the right reasons, and Jews like Asians for the wrong reasons.
Intriguing. Elaborate.
So Arabs like Asians for the cultural stuff, just for the vibe, just for the aesthetic. Jews like Asians for the calculated, logical, brutal essence of like, you know, material characterization of life and reality as your ontological basis or worldview. You know, but the Arabs, they're not really concerned with that because they already have their own shit on lock.
Well,
you know?
secular Jews will love Asian spirituality and religion.
No, they
so
don't.
So many Jews.
No, the Jews don't like they really don't like any other spirituality because they're Jews.
Secular Jews will get into Buddhism.
Yeah, but they're not real Jews. Secular Jews are just confused.
I see secular Jews as the most Jewish people because they're the people I interact with the most.
Yeah, but how does that make them the most Jewish?
They define Judaism to me. Secular Jewish experience defines Judaism to me more than the actual religious form.
We're still Jewish, genetically speaking.
Yeah, they're Jewish genetically speaking.
I don't
You-
believe in that. I do not believe it's an ethno-religion. I'm sorry. You can't get me to admit to that. I just
Okay,
Not even admit.
Who's
It's
more
like-
Jewish to you, Woody Allen or Ben Shapiro?
neither. I think they're both as far from actual Jew as you could possibly fucking get.
See, to me, both of them are
Extremely Jewish.
Yeah.
No.
To me, when
No.
I say Jewish,
No.
my default state
No.
is Larry David.
No.
It's Jerry
No.
Seinfeld.
No,
It's Jeffrey Epstein.
No. To me, real Jewish is following the fucking Talmud, is actually knowing the Torah and reading it, and actually keeping kosher, and actually keeping fucking Shabbos, and celebrating the fucking holidays, and not fucking getting caught up in materialism, and actually following with Kabbalic codes. So no, I don't think fucking Woody Allen or Ben Shapiro is fucking Jewish. I think they're fake Jews. I think they're fucking more into the ethnicity of it, which makes them
they
fucking
are,
full
the
of
race
shit.
of it.
No, I think it's a fucking religion. I think it's more a religion than it will ever be a fucking ethnicity. I do not think Judaism, Jews are real fucking ethnicity. No,
Okay,
I think
what
they have to
is
give it
Woody
up.
Allen's ethnicity?
I don't give a fuck. I don't think it has anything to do with what I think he's extremely divorced from actual Judaism. I think he's only Jewish by riding on the false belief that Judaism is in the blood. That like to be closer to God is in the blood. No, it's in the fucking word. That's why Jesus, the main Jew, had to come and set them straight, had to tell them, you guys are stupid. You guys have it all wrong. You think that you have divine right just because it's in your blood, regardless of what you do or say. But no, you're fucking wrong. and they were wrong. And Jesus did make that change. Regardless of whether or not you believe in actual, like, the metaphysics behind it, doesn't fucking matter. Historically speaking, the Jews lost their fucking grip because they lost their fucking way. If you lose your fucking way in the path of God, guess what? God fucking punishes you. And that's what the Jews can't fucking deal with, and that's why they're riding on this ethno-religion, because they lost their fucking way. I don't know if Jesus is the actual Messiah, but what I do believe is that the Jews did lose their fucking way. I do believe that. But I don't know if, like, because you know me, I'm all about the holistic nature of it, not really so much as the metaphysical divine truth of heaven and hell and retribution and rapture. No, I care more about how all of that actually affects your real day-to-day life and decision-making and your worldview and your mental framework. You know, your harmony between mind, body, and soul, which is what it's really about, your meta-narrative. So yeah, I think that's where the Jews fucked up. And no, so I will never look at it as a fucking ethno-religion. Because I know what the actual Jews are about. And it has nothing to do with fucking being Ben Shapiro or Jordan Peterson or fucking
Well, Jordan Peterson's
or Jeffrey Epstein. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying.
But it's not bagels. It's the Hebrew Bible.
Yeah. So yeah, to answer your question, I don't think either of them are real Jews because they don't act like real Jews. And that to me is what makes a real Jew. I could be a real Jew if I actually abided by the tenets and the covenant. I mean, Ben Shapiro might keep kosher.
He's modern conservative. He does keep kosher.
But at the end of the day, like, he's probably more Jewish to answer that question then. If he actually follows more of the tenets of Judaism, that makes him, by default, more Jewish, regardless of his fucking look or his blood or his race or his lineage.
Right. And, okay. So you have no interest whatsoever in secular Jews?
No, I don't even consider them Jews. I just
What do you consider them?
Lost idiots. First of all, being secular enough is retarded. It doesn't get you anywhere. It's just going to turn you into a fucking monster. I don't believe you could be a good person while keeping a secular worldview your whole fucking life. I think you need something extra. It doesn't have to be God, but it has to be some meta-narrative like Buddhism or some shit. We've discussed this before, and I know a lot of people are too black-pilled or too irony poisoned to fucking accept that. And, you know, I don't have to fight them. You could just watch them fucking burn in life. That's who becomes the incels. That's who becomes the fucking on the political back foot at all times. That's who becomes on the cultural bottom of the barrel. That's who becomes the aesthetically uninformed. It's the ones who can't accept that, who can't accept God, who can't accept the collective subconscious, the source, the whatever, the Jungian concept, the Nietzschean concept, whatever you're tapping into, that infinite well of creative energy that we all are connected to, but many of us deny because we're fed all these lies, or we're just conditioned to believe a certain way when there's no proof of either one, you know? We're just more comfortable with one but we don't have the courage to not be comfortable for just long enough to be like, shit, this is actually kind of better. And I've done both. I've done the whole fucking secular worldview. I've done the power is everything. I've done the leverage is everything. I've done the only thing is real is what you could grasp with your whole. I've done that. And then I tried not doing that. I took that to its logical limit. I burned everyone close to me. I lived completely alone. I scorned everyone. I lived not trusting anyone. I tried all that shit. Everyone's the master of their own fate. Everyone's the main character of their own. Yeah, great. And yes, I could play that game. I could play that game very fucking well at this point, but I just choose not to.
Right.
It's not because that game didn't work. In fact, I'm still playing that game. As long as I'm incarnated in this body as Christopher Kim, I have to play that fucking game. However, I know now that life is not just about that game.
Who are your favorite Jews?
David. King David is definitely top one. Jesus is another two. I'm really into... I like the Jewish authors.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're really cool. Like Eli Wiesel. Sorry. That's his name, right?
He's Eli Wiesel, I think.
Eli Wiesel. Yeah, I liked his shit. It was pretty good.
Knight.
I liked, yeah. I read Anne Frank. I really like that she helped formulate my writing voice, I think. You know, reading that shit at a young age. I like Jewish musicians also as well. I think Jews are really capable of spitting out some good, which makes a lot of sense because in the Western context of music, the earliest recorded music
is Jews.
Was religious, which is ultimately Abrahamic. You know, so
You know, a lot of those Jews are secular. Weissel is, I think.
Also, all of Jesus' apostles were Jews.
Okay, some of my
Most of
top Jews. Jesus, Stan Lee, Woody Allen.
They're not real Jews, man. You're naming all the
Jesus?
fake fucking Jews. I'm naming the guys that actually followed Judaism. That's what made them Jews.
No, sorry. See, okay, who are your favorite fake Jews?
All right, my favorite fake Jews. Kat Dennings.
Oh yeah, very nice one. Yeah, very good choice. Oh, Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman. This could take a while.
We've gone over this before. So you love real Jews on a religious, intellectual level. You love fake Jews on a sexual level.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Who are some of your other favorite Jews? I already mentioned Stan Lee, Woody Allen, Philip Roth, Tom Hanks.
Those are my least favorite Jews. All right, top one on the list: Seth Rogen. I hate that.
Oh, fuck Seth Rogen.
You know what? Here's my stance on Jews. Here's why I'm not an anti-Semite. Because the truth of the matter is, whether you're a secular Jew or not, I think all Jews are actually okay. Except there is one evil, nasty, fat, fucking ugly, smelly, motherfucking retarded Jew. And that's Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen's a great choice for your least favorite Jew.
I hate that.
Alan Dershowitz.
I hate that. Well, I don't know that much about Alan Dershowitz, but Seth Rogen, God. I mean, I think he is the epitome of all evil Jews.
Just an irritating stoner.
I mean, he's like everything. He's like, yeah. He's just everything you could possibly hate. He's probably been in the Epstein parties. He's probably been at the what's his name?
Dan Schneider.
Is that his name?
I think so. Is he Jewish?
I don't know.
Richie, research that, please. Is Dan Schneider Jewish?
I think he is. He could be German, actually. I think he's maybe German.
The Nickelodeon guy.
He looks very German.
Just bring up an early life, Jack.
Early life Wikipedia. Here we go.
It doesn't say. I mean, he looks German. He doesn't look Jewish.
Yeah, he does look German.
He looks like
he
looks like a fat Tucker.
Control F, Jewish.
Nope.
No, so he is just German. Damn.
He's from like the South, so probably.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, it's completely innocent too, by the way.
So to answer your question before, yeah, Ben Shapiro is definitely more Jewish than Epstein.
Fair.
He wears a yarmulke, for God's sake.
Yeah.
And like, I used to, if you asked me like 3 years ago, I would have said Woody Allen or Epstein or whatever. But the truth of the matter is, like, I come to believe in God. Like, I've come to believe in like your meta narrative practices, your religious and spiritual practices.
I think you can still believe in God and still favor fake Jews in your formulation.
Well, yeah, because I'd rather fuck Kat Dennings than Ben Shapiro. So yeah, I'd rather spend time, I guess.
Well,
with a fake
Abby
Jew.
Shapiro versus Kat Dennings.
Kat Dennings.
Yeah.
Kat Dennings, 100%. Even though Abby Shapiro is probably a realer Jew. The only thing, like, it's sad with real Jews is because, like, you know, when the women get married, they have to wear a wig all the time or a hat.
Yeah.
And it fucks their hair up because it's always like covered and compressed. Very sad state of affairs. Either way,
I don't know about modern Orthodox.
All right,
yeah.
so even though I prefer real Jews over fake Jews, you know, who actually follow their religion, I don't agree with their religion. I don't agree with their religious practices. I think they're wrong about a lot of shit. I think they're wrong about their breeding program. I don't agree with it. I think, actually, you know what? It's not that I don't agree with it. I think it's outdated. I think it worked for a while.
Breeding program of what with Orthodox Jews?
You know what I'm talking. Like, if the mother is not Jewish, then even if the father is Jewish, the kid is not actually considered Jewish. The mother has to be Jewish.
Yeah.
For the child to be considered actual of Jewish blood and heritage.
Right.
Do I agree with that? No. But do I know why they did it and understand it? Yes. Does it have anything to do with actual, like, moral, religious fiber? No. It's more to do with the fact that just biologically, for breeding purposes, women are just more valuable than men. A woman could only reproduce every 9 months, whereas a guy could impregnate like 100 women in a week.
It limits the pool of Jews for sure and favors in marriage.
Yeah. You just got distracted by Twitter for a bit, didn't you?
No, I didn't. Actually, I was just thinking about
Jews
and about
Chinese.
matrilineal.
Naturally, as a breeding program.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best way to get the most loyal Jews. And you know, like the truth is, when it comes to that, whether it's the Jews or whether it's Rome or whether it's America, if you really want to take care of the health of your society, you have to venerate the women in that way. You have to like uplift the fact that women are inherently more biologically valuable in the
They hold
process
up
of-
half the sky, as per Chairman Mao.
Yeah. So that being said, if you want to look at the health of a modern society, look at the way they treat the women, and then you'll have a really good idea of where they're at.
Well, in that case, you suppose European or American societies are far better than everywhere else in the world.
Is that true?
I don't know about total fertility rate. Healthiness of the society is made because those places venerate women.
Dude,
the
what can
most.
women actually do in our society? Honestly.
A lot more than they can do in Africa or the Middle East.
Like what?
They can live more like men and have jobs or have influence or have prestige as women.
Yeah, but how is that a right? They could have what? You said they could have jobs, they could work for someone?
Well, I guess a bigger factor is just that men don't beat them as much as
The only thing
those-
women are allowed to do in the West that's significant is they're allowed to get a job
You can vote.
and they're allowed to get an abortion. They're allowed to vote. Oh, they're allowed to vote for one fucking bullshit politician after the other, just like us retarded men. No, that's not even anything either. Women, the only thing they're allowed to do is work for someone else, and
That is admittedly a lot more than a lot of places. in
and
the
have.
world.
But still, like, what is that really? Like, great, you could get an abortion, you could live with killing a baby, awesome, and at the same time, you could just you could have the right to work for some other idiot. Great, like that's all women can do.
Women, I know that there's a lot more travel among women in the developing world now than there used to be. That like Arab or African women will go travel abroad to Thailand or something like that on their own girls' trips, which suggests a broadly feminizing wave across the world.
Yeah, but people travel. People have always traveled. People
Yeah.
will always continue to travel. It is what it is, you know. But yeah, man, women in the U.S. are mostly
please.
treated as billboards.
Women in the U.S. are treated often as being better than men. I don't mean that in an
No,
incel
they're
rage
not.
way.
No, they're not.
I don't mean that in an incel rage way. I mean in the sense that there's a lot of celebration of
Yeah.
women here.
A lot of girl power.
Yeah. Also,
Girl
I
boss.
know all those
Wait,
cliches
no, let's go
aside.
back to that girl power. Power to do what exactly?
Work at a high level company.
Okay, and
Be
then
independent.
Honestly, separately from that, women do seem in the West as first class citizens in a way that they don't in much of the world.
okay, and what does that get you? It's a lie. It's bullshit.
Social power, basically. Everything's carried to
Social
one end.
power.
Power
I
to
would
do what?
much rather
Power
be.
to
I
do
would
what?
much rather be a woman in America
Yeah.
than in a woman in America or Europe. It seems vastly better than a woman anywhere else in the world.
Better in terms of what? Like what's better?
Less rape, being able to
Less
be
rape.
more
Really?
independent.
Is that really true? Less rape?
Yes, compared to like India, Africa, Middle East, yes. I mean, what? Also, being able to avoid it without having to be shut off from the rest of the world.
Okay, so does less rape still justify rape at all?
What?
Does less rape justify rape at all?
Justify it how?
I'm saying, does less rape make the fact that rape happens any better? Specifically disproportionately against
yes,
women?
actually, I'd much rather only one woman out of 1,000 or 10,000 be raped within a certain area within a month than like 100 women.
For sure, yeah, obviously, but you still get areas in America where there's like 100 women that get raped in a month.
We know
I don't.
they're not even that high. I don't think even that high, but yeah, those areas are areas that have crime issues in general, and black areas.
But rape happens all the fucking time. Well, mostly because of miseducation, honestly, I think. I think it's because there is no educational institution out
It's
there.
safer to. I bet it's safer to go out as a woman at night in New York City than in Nairobi.
Yeah, or
No
Cairo.
one's arguing that, but it's also safer to go out and as a woman in New York than it is in Detroit or Chicago.
I
Probably.
mean, most men get
Yeah,
mugged.
sure. And most places in America. No, I agree that Detroit. There's certain areas of America have very high crime rates to the point where they're equivalent to third world countries or worse. But much of America is not that.
Either way, what I'm saying, no matter what, no matter where you go, women are still on the back foot.
Sure, fuck. I don't know. They feel like way. This is not a criticism. I'm not complaining.
Just because it's less bad in America doesn't mean it's not bad for women still.
A big difference, I suppose, is with that being true, a lot. I'm not saying this once again as a criticism. A lot of women I meet feel, well, I meet a bunch of crazy women, but there's a lot of places.
That's all
Both
women
of them
can
are-
do is either go crazy or become a man.
There's a lot of places where women become a man to their. It's okay.
I'm
It's
just
not
saying,
like-
dude.
I don't know. There's a bunch of places where women have higher education achievements, more consistent employment.
They're still they still get fucked.
Yeah.
All right, first of all, I'll say this much at least on a biological level, being a man rocks.
There's a lot of no, I agree. I'd much rather be a man on a biological
So
level.
can we
On a biological level.
Can we at least not lie about that? Being a man is 100 million times better than being a woman.
Yeah, I agree.
don't mean to disparage the women listening, if they, like the 2 or 3 women, but I'm just saying, like, it's true. Like being a guy,
Male interests
being a
are
guy-
just so much. Well, because I'm a man, male interests
fuck
just
male
seem.
interest. I'm saying
are
the
seem-
experience, the raw experience of being a man is so much better than being a fucking woman. I'm
The
sorry.
big downsides to being a man that women don't have to deal with is you don't feel homicidal as a teenager.
Who fucking cares? So what
Women
if you feel
almost
a little
will
homicide? Let's fun. That could be fun.
No, I agree, but women. Certainly, I know a lot of women say, I'm glad I didn't go through my teen years having bouts of rage so intense I wanted to kill someone.
No,
Which,
that just means you didn't have a good outlet for it. But it's fun. It's if you're alive, if you survived after, you can always look back and it's like, damn, I survived that.
yeah, I agree with that. I agree with
Dude,
that.
there's no other way to look at it. Being a man is 100 million times better than being a fucking woman. And I know that's gonna rub a lot of people the wrong way, like incels, and black pill
Puberty.
dudes.
Yeah, puberty definitely. In some ways, it works for men, but I'm glad I don't menstruate every month through my best years.
There's no point in trying to dissect. It's just a true fact. Being a man is better than being a woman. It's just fucking true.
I agree.
So therefore, like, you could call it privilege, you could call it luck of the draw, you could call it genetic fortune / misfortune, but the truth is, being a man just fucking rock. Yo, Carmen, could you bring me some ice too? Could you bring me some ice too? So this is why I have no tolerance for like incel dudes and black pilled men and like depressed men. I'm like, first of all, you were born a male. That was a 1 in 2 chance of that really fucking sucking for you. And that panned out for you all right. Regardless of what race or what build you were born as, or even if you were born like a Stephen Hawking ass motherfucker.
Yeah, I will say, when libs / women talk about male privilege, they frame it purely in social terms, and they do not say ever in biological
Because
terms.
the biological terms is something that'll really minimize them. And then-
Yeah, it does. The biological, it's really cool.
You guys are weak.
Wait, hold on.
Weak
Yeah,
bitches.
they are. Like, I'm a frail, like, twink,
I
but
can
I'm
still
so much
fuck you.
stronger than, like, almost any
women.
woman. I was wrestling with my girlfriend, and she was frustrated. I keep wrestling with her, and she keeps getting frustrated with how
I should be
easily-
able to beat you.
Well, because she's, as a black woman, she's like, who previously was dating white women, like, she's like, I'm normally stronger than the people I'm dating. I've never been so, like, helpless.
I've never been the submissive bitch before.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, yeah, even though you're black, you're still a woman, so I'm much stronger than you, even if I'm a twink.
Yeah, so you women are fucking weak. And,
Even the gayest gay guy is stronger than most women.
Yeah, vastly. Almost
and
like
don't get
every
me
single
wrong,
one.
there's always exceptions to the rule. I know
A tiny number of women, but yeah.
I know more than a couple of women that could definitely kick my fucking ass. Like 100% they exist. I cannot deny that fact at all. There's plenty of women that I know from jujitsu schools that would fuck me up. There's women in karate schools that would fuck me up. Definitely. But generally speaking, that's like the biggest reason why. Like, life will always be better as a guy. So if you're a guy friend of mine, I don't want to hear you fucking complaining about life, okay? Like, you already have a responsibility just being born a guy. I'm sorry, you do. I don't care if you're a flaming fucking homo, okay? You still have that biological edge. And even if you have body dysmorphia, you know, as the trans woman in a party full of girls in an RPG game, you're still the tank, okay? Like, that's just, oh man, I wish Carmen was here for that. Richard, you got to comment on that.
What was it? What was the quotation?
As a trans woman in a JRPG party full of girls, you're the tank.
Of course, yeah.
And then watch, I say that, and then in an actual instance of this, like, the one trans girl is like the weakest one out of all of them. She's like, I'm just the nerd of the group. I do magic. It's like, no, bitch. Like, you're the tank. But yeah. Damn, Rich, you're really addicted to your fucking phone, bro.
Not really. We're headspace at the moment.
You said that because you said it was about your friend who's like, are you still on that, or?
Yeah. I'm going to group chats to try to figure stuff out.
Is everyone worried about him?
He's probably alive, but he's probably in a rough state. Trying to figure out like how they got into his apartment. That's all.
How they got into his apartment?
Yeah, because he's like on space. I guess he's like on space. Like last night, he got attacked, so no one knows how they got into his apartment. Maybe he knew them.
Is he the type of guy who can't call the cops?
We don't fucking know. I mean, he's a professional on paper, so probably he can call the cops.
All right. I'm sorry. It's just, I could never. I mean, I used to. I could just never like invest that much brain power on like an unhinged motherfucker. I just could never. I know you. I know that's like most of your guys' friends. It's just I feel like that's such a fucking waste of time. But I know you guys. It's like for you, in my opinion, it's because you guys don't know any fucking better. Because you guys just moved to this fucking city. You weren't born here. You don't know. I mean, yes, there's people that you could like be sustainable friends with for 5 years, but after those 5 years are up, they're going to become a liability. And what sucks a lot of new New Yorkers down is they can't let go of that liability because they don't know how. Me, I could let go of any liability because regardless of who the fuck comes and goes, this is my hometown. This is where I was fucking born. You know?
Yeah.
For you guys don't have that luxury.
Right, we're so fresh to the city.
This isn't your home fucking turf. So yes, for the first few 5 to 10 years you live here, you could get away with like, you know, getting down and sleeping with dogs, but eventually you will wake up with fleas, probably sooner than later. And you're already feeling the effects of that, you know, with like roommate drama and shit.
Yeah, I know.
It's just gonna get worse. I'm saying it's just gonna get worse. If you want to survive in the city in the long term, you have to figure out, both of you, how to live on your own 2 fucking feet without relying on anyone on any given day. That's the only way. There's no other way. I mean, like the only way I survived in the city is because there was a time when my dad and I were like, I had no family support. So it's like I was living on my own, and like I had court orders against my own family, and like I had to figure out how to do everything from the ground up when you don't have that to lean on, and this is your home city, so you don't have another state to run to. So that's the kind of shit that I'm on. And if you guys like want to avoid a lot of pitfalls, then you have to avoid a lot of the mistakes that I made. And you don't get the luxury of as many mistakes. And one of the biggest mistakes I did was wasting time with people that ended up as a liability in the future. You may not see it now, but they will become in the future. And I know I sound like I'm patronizing, but I'm really not. I'm talking from raw.
No, you're talking from the heart. You're talking from real experience, a real New Yorker, as a native New Yorker.
You already know a couple of my friends that died.
Yeah, I do.
It's serious shit. You know, like you could be born in this city and still not make it out.
It's a good description, frankly. A good way of putting it.
Because like let's not forget, it's still a serious fucking city. It's not that the city will kill you through like a shootout or a drive-by, but this city will make you fucking kill yourself. An unexplainable, very seedy, very fucking insinuous. Sorry, what's the word? Insidious ways. Yes. Like it's just so fucked up how fast it happens. You know, and it always happens to people who want a little more. When you're partying and life is great, you're never gonna have a problem, right? Because everyone you meet is partying like you. Everyone is on the same vibe as you, that frequency. But the minute when you need something, actually need something, it's not enough that people won't help you, but it's that once people in your life see that you need something, they're going from thinking not only, oh, I can't help this guy, but they're also thinking I could use this guy because he needs something. I may not be able to provide that exact thing, but if I can make him think I can make him do something for me. And as of now, when it's just you, it's okay. But when you end up, like, let's say engaged, or you knock up a girl, or you end up like getting unexpectedly laid off, or one thing after the other, it all stacks up unexpectedly. And in New York, you especially cannot afford that, because it's not just that you fuck up and end up on the streets or whatever. It's you fuck up, end up on the streets, and on the way down, people will want to take everything you got.
Right.
Little by little, bite after bite. And it's not because they hate you. It's not because they're scumbags. It's because they're in the same fucking boat. So that's what you have to look forward to, surviving the city. However, you do have some good things to look forward to. For example, there's a lot of things you could get into in New York City that'll help you, like communities and clubs. Like, I'm not talking about like soft house shit. Nothing to do with like internet community shit. I mean like real things, like taking a cooking class, a dancing class, a pottery class, an archery class, a sword class, like real fucking things that could actually introduce you to a real community, not of people who are Twitter heads who just happen to have a vague interest and they just want to follow the community. No, like they're there because they want to learn this thing. And upon learning this thing that they care about, they happen to develop a strong community of other people who want to learn that thing. So
you're saying it's a far healthier community, or healthier.
It's the only thing. It's the only thing that works. Don't get me wrong. I think Sov House shit is a real community. It's just
a real community of lunatics.
Their community is based on getting fucked up and social climbing. And it's not even like
social climbing in a way that really doesn't matter.
They're not social climbing just for aesthetics. They're social climbing because they actually believe internally that they can make a difference if they develop enough on a justified level, on a satisfactory level. You know, they like, if I could just get enough clout and my act, my poetry, my readings, my book sells, or my music band fucking takes off or whatever, and I gain just enough clout to go viral and blow up, and I'll hook up all my friends. Everyone has the same fucking ideas. But getting there, to actually get there, you're going to have way less friends to look out for than you initially thought you would.
Yeah.
The social climbing game is no good. The music scene games are no fucking good. No good.
Well, frankly, it's the difference between now we're frankly middle-aged, or I'm middle-aged, past the youth social scenes into far more stable middle-aged or far more adult scenes, as you said, within your dance classes, your swords classes, your pottery classes, your churches.
I think what every community, quote unquote community, is like coming to concluding to is that we're all finally understanding this truth that culture is not your fucking friend. Like, what in regards to culture and subculture, it's not your fucking friend. Culture does not give your culture does not give a fuck about you. Your subculture does not give your scene does not give a flying fuck about you. The only thing these things care about is survival, meaning it will eat you to survive. Your culture, your scene, your subculture will eat you just so it could survive. Whether you identify as a Chinaman, a punk, a commie, it doesn't fucking matter. Your culture, if it's contingent enough to develop a culture.
What, like as a mimetic entity, this thought form, life form.
A tulpa.
Yeah. It's not interested, because it's interested in this replication of its own self, like a virus.
Like a
it's not
thing.
Interested in the well-being of the individual cells that
like
make it up.
It's pretty much like a tulpa.
Thought form, right.
So basically, culture is not your fucking friend. Now, what is your friend? Is what do you actually get out of certain things? Like what sustains it? So when I go to like sword class, right? What do you think sustains that community? Do you
The
think,
people.
and like what we do, like actually showing up. It's not the things we post.
Actually showing up, and it's also something that's very, as you said before, something that's physical.
Taking
something that
action.
you
It's
practice every
action-oriented.
single day.
It's action oriented. So if it's just something that's like ideas based, then that's going to be so open to corruption. But if it's something that's action based,
Especially when it's not very strong ideas, very rigorous. There's no system.
but then
no
it's all
school.
aesthetics.
Yeah, it is all aesthetics. Not even the most appealing aesthetics.
But I'm saying if it's all aesthetics, where are you going, Carmen? Can you give me some too? Yo, you should send Richie to get ice because he's the least talkative and he's off the cam. And I feel like it's better than just having Richie there as a prop. Richie can feel included in the operation, and it'll just be a better outcome. I really like what Max said. How you guys are like flies.
Yeah.
We just keep moving around because it's so true. You heard?
What?
I'm really entertained by the analogy that Max used to call you guys like flies because you guys can't stop just buzzing around.
Yeah.
You know what the cause of that is, right?
What? Overstimulation. Too much phone use. Lack of focus.
Well, besides that, like, what do you think is the root cause of all those things you mentioned?
What, a certain discontentedness with ourselves? With having to be constantly preoccupied? What was it? What do you think it is?
All right, so there's a guy named Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he's like all into like psychology and metaphysics study and how it relates, interplay between the two fields, and he describes like processes like meditation and prayer, and this is what he describes. It's not the ideas behind it, but it's the experience of it that he describes that I'm really intrigued by. So he says when you're praying or meditating, here's what's going to happen. Like if you're a newbie, if you're an absolute novice in prayer or meditation, what's going to happen is you're going to sit down, you're going to close your eyes or try to relax or try to do breathing or try to recite the hymns or whatever. You're going to do your thing, and immediately you're going to realize a part of you that's going to start shouting. There's three parts of us. There's the animal, which is the body. There's the mind, which is like the voice, and then there's the soul, our higher self, our meta self. So like first things first is the animal screams out. You try to meditate and you never meditated before. The first thing you do is you get fidgety. You start moving around. You're like, what am I doing? You know, like there's so many other things I could be doing. I want to smoke. I want to have a cigarette. I want to go wash my hands. I want to take a piss. I want to scratch my nose. I want to go jerk off. I want to do all sorts of things. Anything but just fucking sit here. Why am I fucking sitting here? That's what your body is going to be screaming at you. And then it's going to be the mind. If you could get past that body, the bodily urge, and still sit there, that's when you tame the animal of you. The animal, which is the body. You tame that animal. Next comes the mind. Because once you tame the animal, then your mind starts going out of whack. Your mind starts saying, what the fuck are you doing, Carmen? Why are you sitting here, Carmen? You don't even believe in any of this shit. What does this all get you? You're just wasting time. You have a million things to do today. You literally just ignoring phone calls one after the other, and now you got a tweet that you're supposed to look at. Come on, Carmen, what the fuck? This is when your mind starts trying to take over. And then, if you could still sit there while the mind screams at you, then you tap into your higher self. Then you are your higher self, because you start identifying each urge, each thing, each impulse, and then you say, no, we're going to sit here. And if you could, then your will, your true will, beyond mind, beyond body, takes over. This is why meditation and prayer is so fucking powerful on your ascension path. It's to discover your higher self. This is how it happens. It's because you go through the process of like body. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to smoke a cigarette. No. Oh, my mind is like, oh, I'm so depressed. I want to think about my trauma. I want to think about the future. I'm anxious about what tomorrow is going to bring. My car, my this, my that, my job. You silence that. Then what's left? Then it's just your will to sit and just take it all in and just sit, be still. Regardless of what's going on, regardless of externals, you decide in spite of that to sit still. Who made that decision? It's not your mind, and it's definitely not your body. So who was it? Your highest self. And this is how this shit works. So you happen to conquer your body. Well, actually, maybe you haven't even conquered your bodily impulse. You haven't tamed the animal yet. But then after you tame the animal, then you tame the mind, and then you will be on the higher level of this metaphysical game. I'm just gonna classify it as a game. Let's call it a game, so that we don't take it too seriously and we still have fun with it. Let's call it the metaphysical game of ascension.
How often do you meditate, Chris?
Every time I journal, I consider that my meditation. My, you know my journaling process.
Yeah, I do.
Every single day. It's my 4 parts. It's what's new, what's going on with my body, what am I thinking about, and how am I feeling, my emotions. To me, that's my meditation. That's my self-reflection. But when I really physically meditate is when I practice martial arts. Richie's seen me do like shit before. Like you've seen that dead look in my eyes where I just demonstrate something and I'm just like.
Richie, you mentioned that Chris at sword class is a
Can you
different
not
person.
fling that lighter like that?
Sorry, man.
It's okay.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, so I kind of just like I have to shut the body up, shut the mind up, then my real swordsman can come out, you know? Sorry, this lighter is a 1930s replica.
Whoops, sorry,
and
man.
I can't swing that shit around. I could slam it, it's fine. It's just if I
So
swing it,
yeah, the hinge itself is the
it's the
vulnerable
fucking-
part.
It's the fucking hinges. It's the 30s replica that I want to, because like in 20 years, if I still have this, it'll still be good. I'll get it engraved. All of our names: Richie, Carmen, and Chris.
I will stop mistreating it. It's a lovely lighter.
Because that's my podcast lighter. You know, like that's the shit that we've been using. Like this, like after like a year now, maybe 2, soon. But yeah, so body, mind, and soul. Mind, body, soul harmony. In order to even like harmonize the 3 parts of yourself, most people are lacking the 3rd thing, which is the soul. Most people, 90%, are comfortable living with just the mind-body duality. They're not comfortable with introducing the 3rd, because to introduce the 3rd requires you to do a level of self-inquiry that might make you very uncomfortable. Such as, well, I want to sit here and meditate, but why do I want to get up and jerk off and look at porn? Why do I want to go smoke a cigarette so badly? Why do I want to go to drink so badly? What do I think about when I have these urges? Oh shit, I remember that time my dad beat the fuck out of me while I was drinking a beer and I really like this. You know, like you'll have to do all sorts of crazy self-inquiry. It's a rough process. But once you do it once, it gets easier and easier and easier, and you become a more holistically well human. This is what Western culture, modern Western culture, really does not know how to do. When did school ever teach any of us this shit? Never.
No, I guess California Buddhism taking off in the 60s is the most prominent
But
example.
even them,
That's a tiny minority of people.
maybe those guys are ahead of their time. They made a lot of mistakes, like caused sex cults to form and shit. Sure.
Well, I was thinking when I did a LSD again on Thursday, I thought about how the ritual I was living out was one that was developed in California in the 1960s. That the idea of you have a house party, you drop acid, you listen to music, you are in a group with a bunch of different people, everyone's doing their own thing. That's very much a...
But who gives a fuck about the culture? Because remember, the culture's not your friend.
Yeah, but like this kind of psychedelic experience goes along with a ritual, with a practice around it. That's different than how doing psychedelics in Mesoamerica prior to Spanish conquest went.
How so? What was so different?
The similarity is in a very particular ritual. You have a certain environment, you have certain people, often a certain age, certain actions you're playing out.
Like, what's the general vibe of all the universal vibe of tripping?
You're going from your routine life to this altered state.
Yes.
And the altered state, you're in this somewhat controlled environment where you experience
Not
it.
too controlled, because
you want it to be...
If you're out of place in your mind, then you're not in control. That's the whole point, is unknowing, is being comfortable, learning to be comfortable with uncertainty, and learning to lose control.
But oftentimes I hear about a bad trip, there's a lot of unexpected variables that are added on.
To me, that's people finding a reason in their experience to try to grasp onto control when they're not in the state to. And that's going to cause a conflict in your psyche.
If you're in an unfamiliar environment, if there's other variables involved from other people, other experiences.
That's what makes a bad trip, right?
Yeah.
Anytime you trip on something like
If
acid,
there's too much stuff going on around you, if it's just like a routine Friday or
that's
Saturday
fine.
night.
That's fine. Like, why do you think people have great trips at music festivals?
Okay, fair.
So the
fair.
truth is, when you're tripping, you only really have bad experiences when you try desperately to cling to control. It's only when you let go. It happens at the peak. At the peak, a lot of people like tumble at the peak. They stumble because they're not willing to just let go. They're not willing to just be like, it's okay. This isn't going to last forever. It's that simple. It's either something like that, or it's like, so what if this lasts forever? Okay. That's how I did it. I always got over the trip. I always got over any bad periods of a trip when I was like, so what if I'm like this
I
forever?
agree. I've had that experience, not here tripping, but when I did back in Boston,
Slow
where I just got too far out of hand. Well, I was also drinking and the like and other things that were exasperating it, but I blacked out during the trip, which is one of the few times I've blacked out. Beyond that time at the beach when I was just
I was going to
so
say,
drunk.
like, I've seen you
You
black
blacked out. That does not happen very often with me, to be honest. That at the beach was one of those times. This time tripping was one of those times. A few other times.
All right, so tripping, right? It's somewhat like being, like being shipped off to war as a young man, right? You're gonna have
We're going to a different place.
You're really gonna have a really bad time if you try to bring your home shit to the battlefield, because you're gonna be like, this isn't how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be this way. There's a certain way to go about life. You're not supposed to treat men this way. You're not supposed to kill an unarmed man. You're not supposed to stab a guy in the fucking throat as he looks you in the eye and he's like half your age. You're not supposed to do these things. And yet, if you can't do these things in that situation, you're going to fucking die. Same thing in a trip. Like, yeah, you're not supposed to be walking around in the street talking to strangers. You're not supposed to be in a fucking weird subway ride where you don't even know anyone around you, separated from your friends for like 2 stops and don't know what's going to happen. You're not supposed to be like walking past a shitload of cops who came out of nowhere while you're at your, and yet if you can't handle this, you're going to have a bad trip.
Yeah.
You have to be okay with uncertainty, no matter whether you get shipped off to war or whether you take like 6 tabs of acid by accident.
Yeah.
Like the only way to get through situations like that is if you let go and let come up. Otherwise, you're going to make a bad situation a lot worse.
Tell me about your most memorable trip, Chris.
It was one Halloween. I think it was like in 2014 or so. And I was with my friend, this girl who I grew up with in Staten Island, and she was with her boyfriend. We were also with our mutual friend, this guy Roman. He's like a total creep, a lovable creep. And
Are you still friends with any of these people?
yeah, I saw them recently at the wedding pictures.
Okay.
Yeah. So we all tripped together in the city on Halloween, and we took 2 tabs each because by then we were all experienced trippers. So we were like, let's take 2 each. Big mistake. We all ended up getting way too fucked up, and we all ended up separating to the point where it was just me and the creep Roman. And I ended up bugging out on him. I started getting visions of like a futuristic, but also Egyptian like civilization city kind of thing. And I was like, this is our future or our destiny, or it was our destiny, or it was something that we experienced. I don't know. All I know is that that's significant. And I just started screaming at him saying like, do you even know like what this world is about, what this life is about? And I told him to piss off, and he did. He fucked off. So it was just me alone. And when it was by myself, just walking around the city this Halloween evening around downtown Manhattan, I was screaming. I was just rambling. But I was talking about how like we live in a simulation and I figured it out. And I truly felt I could do this because in my mind, because I figured this out, because I figured out we're living in this fake manufactured simulation developed by aliens or higher species, that because I knew this, I was set to be liquidated. I was gonna die. They were any minute now they would come get me, and they're gonna come kill me. So I didn't care, and I was okay with it. So I ended up at the World Trade Center, and I started screaming at cops, and like I started threatening cops, like I'll fuck you up. And then one reached for his gun, and I dropped to my knees, and I was like, please don't kill me. And then he's like, as soon as I did that, he just calmed down, and then I told him, I told them all, I was like, I took like acid, I took LSD, and they were like, you're on LSD? I was like, yes. I was very calm too. So they're like, all right. So they called the paramedics, and they zip tied my hands and feet because they were saying like, you're calm, but because you told us this, we have to zip tie your hands and feet. They told me this because they were like, don't freak out. And I was like, all right. So they zip tied my hands and feet. I remember because I had my Doc Martens on and everything, and I was like, this feels kind of funny. And like I was in the back of the back seat of the SUV. And I remember like the light was blaring, and I was like, this is uncomfortable. And one of the cops came to the window, and then the window was cracked, and they were looking at me, and I was like, word for word, I looked at them. I was like, before you guys kill me, can I want two things. I want to see my girlfriend one last time, and I want to meet the president. And they just started laughing.
Yeah.
So the paramedics came. They clipped
You
the
want to see your girlfriend? You want to see Barack Hussein Obama?
Yeah. I just wanted to see because I was like, this is all fake anyway. Might as well get what I want. So like the paramedics came, and I was like, all right, this is it. But by then, right as the paramedics came, I started like coming down.
Yeah.
So then like, but I still like looked at both paramedics. One had like this angelic vibe about him, and the other one was like evil. Like the Asian bald guy with glasses looked very evil.
He looked like a Japanese officer that
and he
had
was
to-
like cold, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And the other one was the guy was like Italian or something, and he was like tall, white, and you know like whatever. So I was in the back with the Asian guy, and he was like asking me questions like coldly with a blank face, and I was like answering them honestly. We get to the hospital, and they were gonna take me to the room. They're like, "All right, just lay there and fill out this information, and we'll get to you in a bit." I was like, "Sure." So as soon as they leave, and like no one was around, I just left.
Yeah,
that was,
nice.
that was the whole story. Like I just left, and as soon as I broke out of the hospital, I looked in my pocket. I was like, "Oh fuck, where's my phone?" So I go back to the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
No, actually, wait. I find a random person, and I tell them, "Excuse me, I just came out of the hospital. Can I please use your phone? I lost my phone to call my phone." And they were like, "Sure." So I used their phone to call my phone, and some girl picks up. She's like, "Hello? Hi, I just found this phone on the ground. Blah, blah, blah. I'm at this station. I'll just leave it under the vending machine." And it was the World Trade Center. So I go back to the World Trade Center, found my phone. I look up, and I see the same cops. And they were laughing their ass off when they saw me. And I was like, waved at them, and I just walked to the ferry,
Yeah.
and I went home. And that was my night.
That's a great trip story. Richie, what was your trip like?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, fair.
So yeah, I think the main thing about that story, what I like about it, is like I was so sure I was going to die, and I really liked how calm I was.
Mhm.
You know, like in retrospect, like otherwise I might have been shot. You know, like I was like, also like, you know, it taught me a lot about myself. It taught me my threshold for like madness, and it taught me that I have a really high threshold for madness. You know, like
Yeah.
even when I lose grip of reality entirely, I'm just like, before you chaps execute me, might I see my woman friend and the president of the United States, please? Like,
Yeah.
I'll never forget that because like that was still funny to me. You know, like I want to see my girlfriend and the president. Like, what about you, Carmen? What was your most memorable trip?
It's back in Boston. First time I took LSD, I just swallowed it immediately, which meant that I did not really have much effect from it. It was
That's
just
not
like
necessarily. Actually, yeah, your stomach might have digested a lot of it.
yeah, so it was just like microdosing it. So I had some simmering of colors. Well, it was like taking a microdose of shrooms.
Sure.
Second time I took it, I was also drinking before. I smoked some weed. It hit me very hard. This is back in Boston with my friends, our mutual friends. I blacked out at a certain point. There was a point I was sitting on the couch. I was going in and out of consciousness. Someone offered me whippets. I said, no, thank you. I came in. I was talking to our mutual friends,
What's so memorable about it?
Jay and Steph. I blacked out again. I woke up in my friend's bed. I had shit myself.
Oh.
I went to the bathroom. I threw out my underwear. I jumped in the shower. I turned on the shower, and it was very like Greek tiles within that shower, and
At
felt
Geneva's
like
place.
no, it was at my friend's place.
Oh,
Though
oh.
Geneva was there.
Yeah. Okay.
and the tiles, each single tile was spouting water, and I thought that like the entire bathroom was filling with water, like I was about to drown. But I did not freak out. I was like, okay, this is just a hallucination.
Yeah, you got
so
it.
I had
You
no
got it.
problem.
Yeah.
Like the water kept filling up to my face and then like
got
going down to my ankles and filling up again. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'm
You know what
just
I think it might be genetic. I call it the psychonaut gene. It's
yeah.
when
I was totally unfazed the
Yeah.
whole time.
When your ontological shock kicks in, you're like you have to have at least some propensity for that meta perspective where you're like, so what if Carmen dies here today? So what if Carmen stays here?
Yeah,
in
I
this
was fine
insane
with
place?
it.
It's like
I was looking at Geneva's dog Murdoch. I was looking at the rug that was like a shag carpet rug, and it looked like worms that were swirling about my toes. There's an abstract painting that I had found in the trash that I had brought to that
The
house.
question is, how good are you in those situations?
I was
And being
fine.
like, how good are you at just being in there and just being like, all right, this is okay.
Kate was coming down. Some other friend of a friend showed up. It was nice enough to talk to him. I talked to my other friends. This girl who is my friend's girlfriend, but they were on again, off again. They were off again, and he was not there. She was there, and we were flirting. As I was going down, I went to her place, and we had sex. It was very memorable, largely because of the blacking out during the peak.
You know what I
element
think?
of it.
It's like when you could finally accept a state of there's two different. I'm going to describe two different things, right? It's where it's like I don't give a fuck right now, bro, or it's like, dude, I don't give a fuck right now, bro. You know the
I
difference?
definitely had. I think I did have. I don't know. I think it might have been some ego death, or certainly there was a situation where I was just zoning out and thinking at length about how my friend Lorenz, whose apartment I was in, I had just met him randomly online at a random time and place, and how he was a very significant friend, and it was all just happenstance that I had met him in the first place. And then, like I was talking to him, and he said, "You want to go look at the trees in the backyard?" And I was like, "Yeah." And we went down, and we were illuminating the trees with our flashlights and looking at the bark swirling underneath, swirling as we were looking at it.
Yes. Carmen, would you say you're a very events oriented person?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yo, Richie, would you say you're a very people oriented person? Like you remember details about people?
50-50.
50-50 with
Yeah,
events.
both. Yeah, events.
How about yourself, Chris?
I'm more into ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like going to war with people. I like going to war with ideas. It's more fun. Ideas are harder to kill than people.
Yeah.
Seriously. And like ideas are more interesting than people, honestly. Ideas are like these spirits. You know, they exist separate from us. We think ideas originate from us. They don't. We have to be in a state to receive them and manifest them into reality.
People don't have ideas. Ideas have people.
Yes. Yo, Richie, can you look up the quote by Eleanor Roosevelt about minds?
Okay.
Do you know who Eleanor Roosevelt is?
Yeah.
I don't think you have the tab open. Googly mooglies. We were looking up Dan Schneider.
Yeah.
I'm on the Fed list. Where you going, bro?
I'm over here. I know, I'm buzzing around like an insect.
So-
No, just give it time. Eleanor Roosevelt. Eleanor. Yeah. This bitch.
As opposed to Google, Apple, Alphabet, Incorporated, Class A.
Eleanor Roosevelt.
Yeah. What was the quote?
Hold on, I got this. Because like I don't know if this is true. Because like one of my friends, when he read this, pointed something very interesting about it to me. Okay, so the quote
What did
goes.
he point out?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's. Let's see. God, this internet connection sucks when we're recording using
Yeah.
OBS. But it's all good. I'm sure it'll. Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Small minds discuss people. Eleanor Roosevelt quote. So my friend read this quote and he was like, "This quote is discussing people." And I was like, "That's true, but doesn't make. I mean, that may be true, but doesn't." Make the
that's
quote
a
any
good
less-
point. Yeah, it's
Doesn't make
describing
the,
different
but
types
doesn't
of
make the
people.
quote any less true. So it's like I don't know. I thought about this a lot because like I look at like I browse through like social media and I once I applied the framework of this quote, like how many of these posts are about people, how many of these posts are about events, and how many of these posts are actually about ideas. And I realized the ones that I engage with the most are the ones about ideas. That's how I know like. I mean, it's not that I think I'm a great mind, but I do know that I'm most interested in ideas as like their own entities, their units, like spirits, in a metaphysical sense.
Let's see. I like how it's 7:35 for this pin.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's not like I don't have my fair share of moments thinking about people and events. I do it all the fucking time. But as far as as far as this podcast content goes, I realize I ramble on the most usually about ideas, and I'm like, it's not about me at this point. It's about what makes ideas so special compared to people and events. And I think it's because ideas are so much harder to kill and are so more pervasive.
Events easy to kill. People harder to kill.
Precisely.
Ideas hardest to kill.
Yes. So, and as far as what I like to go to war with, it's not that I hate people or cultures. It's the
You
ideas.
hate
behind it.
ideas. You hate the ideas of the Jew.
Like I hate I hate the idea of an ethno religion. I hate
the idea of a Jew.
I hate the
The
idea.
concept of a Jew, not a Jewish person, doesn't bother you, but the idea of a Jew does bother you.
Yes, the idea of a Jew and their practices. It's also the idea of autism.
Yeah,
the idea-
you're the strongest anti-autist warrior. You deny the existence of secular Jews and you deny the existence of autism.
Well, I denounce the existence of like blood Jews. I denounce the existence of like ethnicity involved in being Jewish. I'm sorry, I do.
Then what are European Jews?
European.
What kind?
What country are they from?
So even if the Russian Ashkenazi well, how about this? You see Ashkenazi as a population as
No,
being
I don't. That's just what the Jews decided. I'm just following their doctrine at that point.
so even if
Ashkenazis are just white people.
what kind?
European, mostly.
It's debatable.
Yeah, the big factor more than debate is that the population is relatively similar. Whether you're in England or Russia,
There's no real argument to actually like paint Jews as a real ethnicity. They're not.
sure they are.
they're
They're
not.
people that were relocated to Italy right after the Jewish revolt.
No, fuck that.
They're roughly half
fuck all that, fuck all
Italian
that.
and half
Let's go to
Middle
the source
Eastern.
of it. Let's go to the source of it.
The
have
average
bloodlines-
Russian Jew is more Italian and more Middle Eastern
That's
than they are Russian.
inconsequential. That's inconsequential compared to what really makes them ethnic Jews. It's because they're all claiming to be of what? Related to the blood of Solomon, the blood of Abraham, the blood of all these guys. That's what they're claiming. They don't give a fuck about what you're saying right now. They don't give a fuck about that whole historical nonsense and all that. No, they don't care. To them, it's what makes them ethnic Jews is their blood lineage to the actual Jewish tribes and royalty.
Yeah,
they have that.
Yeah, it's still there. Yeah, it doesn't go
I'm
away.
saying, but that doesn't really make them Jewish because there was literally cases where other people came, followed the doctrine, and became Jewish. So it all falls apart.
No, because a lot of them, I mean, there are converts
Well, it's
to
like saying,
Judaism, but a lot of the people, they have a genetic and cultural continuity going back 2,000
First of all, there
years.
is no conclusion to this debate because the whole reason why this debate exists is the reason why Christianity became a thing. Is because Jesus came as a Jew and said, "You guys are wrong. You think you're Jews because of your ethnicity. No, you were holy Jews because you followed the doctrine. But now you're not following the doctrine. So guess what? God doesn't give a fuck if you call yourself Jewish or not. God is going to take away his blessings and give it to the people who who actually do. Jesus was at the time, and his
To the
followers
Greeks,
at the time.
yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like many years later, yes, a lot of Christians lost the path. So you see, a lot of Christians are also not favored by God. In fact, Christianity, the Christians by and large are probably out of favor too. So we're ready for something new.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's not like, the Jews may have been a people at one point, but when they define themselves as not people of a certain of land of a certain race, no, they defined it as people who were chosen by God. That's how they define their race, their ethnicity. It's not defined
the
by
chosen ones.
It's not defined by a geological origin. It's literally defined by divine right. That's not correct. That's not a way to look at it in modern geopolitical terms. You can't treat people like that because it's imbalance. It's not whether it's good or evil or right or wrong. It's imbalance. It's a technical error.
Okay. Do you think that...
I mean, yes, we like to romanticize the idea that the Jews are the ones special. We could love to hate them or hate to love them, but guess what? Like, they have to be an actual ethno-religion for that to be true. And they're just not. It's not fucking true. There's no such thing as a fucking ethno-religion. There's an ethnicity and there's a religion.
Where are the
both.
Druze?
What?
Where are the Druze?
The Druids?
Druze. D-R-U-Z-E. In the Middle East, in Syria.
Or being Shinto.
They sound like they're Middle Eastern or Syrian.
They're an ethno-religion where they have a religious
you just
practice.
Said they sound like they're pretty fucking Syrian to me, dude.
But they're not Muslims. They're their own subsection of Islam.
Does that make them any less Syrian?
Frankly, they're more connected with Mesopotamians than they are with Arabs.
Mesopotamians.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with the religion? Nothing.
Well, because only members of their ethnicity practice the religion. They do not accept converts.
Doesn't matter. That's still contingent on their ethnicity anyway.
That's an ethno-religion, man.
It's not.
What about Shintoism? Majority can be Shinto, but only Japanese people Shinto.
All right, so
Shinto.
you're saying you can't be Japanese without being unless you're Shinto?
Yes.
No. Actually, you can be Japanese and non Shinto. You can't be Shinto without being Japanese.
Yeah.
That's the right way to formulate that construct.
Okay, so you're acting like you can't get the benefits from Shinto practices unless you get the official title of being Shinto, as far as geopolitical industry or institutions are concerned. You can convert to Christianity far more easily than convert to Shintoism. You really think the point of this religion is to have the label of being considered? No, it's not the point of it. Like, so what if you don't consider someone a Christian? That doesn't make them any less Christian. The question is, do they actually practice the things?
Well, think about culture, right? But if I learn French, like the history, language, culture, food, I still won't be ethnically French.
No, France is a different circumstance. Well, France, like America, is a place where you can opt into being French.
Is a nationality.
You can opt into it. No, it's an ethnicity too. Like Quebecois are ethnically French, even if they're born in Canada or Maine.
They're more culturally French than ethnically French.
They're more ethnically French because I know French.
Oh, they're more culturally French.
They're very closely tied. I know, and I know that like there's this interplay between European French.
I think you just revel more in the complexity of like thinking there's like a bridge between like religion and ethnicity. There fucking isn't. Okay, you could be one ethnicity and it doesn't have any bearing to do with your fucking religion.
A lot of the time, that's true.
And you know what? If that wasn't true, guess what? There wouldn't be a reformed Jewish culture at all. There wouldn't be a reformed Christian church at all. There wouldn't be a reformed mosque at all. Guess what? These all exist because the religions work like that. The religions have no bearing on ethnicity. You can't tie it that way. It doesn't fucking work logically or technically. It doesn't.
Well, Reformed Christianity and Reformed
has a right to any
Judaism are very different things.
No ethnicity has a right to any religion. Guess what? Because the religion is determined by the practice, not by the claim, not by the fucking blood.
A bunch of the practice goes along with the ethnicity, right?
How?
Okay, hold on. Like, it's hard to imagine anyone other than an Indian practicing Hinduism.
How?
Why would you?
Why would you? Yeah.
But how does not being ethnically Indian prevent you from practicing Hinduism?
So you can
Well, because a bunch of it is like tied into your background, your
And the
Varna
land
and
too
your
as well, where you're
Jati.
from.
All right, what does Hinduism tell you to do?
Hinduism is a lot of it is like practices relating to life in
Specifically,
India.
what does
Also
tell you to
caste
do?
too as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
it tell you to
caste. You have certain rituals you have to perform
Like what?
based on your back. Fuck, man, I have limited knowledge. I
So you
admit.
don't know. Okay.
Okay.
No, it
So it
is-
sounds to me like these are things that you could do even if you're not ethnically Indian. Possibly, probably. And you'd have to probably go deep enough into it. And when you go deep enough into it, you're going to realize I don't have to be born in fucking South Asia to do these things.
Hinduism certainly falls apart or gets practiced less anytime people from the
Doesn't matter. It's
subcontinent
still- it's
leave
still
India.
not about that
A
blood.
lot of it is local.
Why are
Rituals
you so,
alone,
why?
rituals and
Why are you
traditions
so attached
that
to this
are-
idea that certain ethnicities only have a right to a certain religion because
It's not
they're
that. It's like
ethno-
what work for you.
It's not true, dude. It's not
Yeah.
fucking true. There's no such thing as an ethno religion, dude. It's not fucking true.
But it's something that there's a ton of different people and places where ethno religions are practiced. It's not true for Christianity or Islam or Buddhism.
You're looking at it from the perspective of only the ethnicity because you're thinking the ethnicity has only that right to the religion if they're that ethnicity, but you're not looking at it from the religious perspective, which states no religion, no serious religion says you have to be of this blood to fucking
Well, here,
follow.
okay. In that case, I can agree with you under the basis that a whole bunch of religious practices aren't that serious, which is why. Okay, agreed.
They're not.
Look,
They're not.
there's a reason why.
They're not that
There's a
complicated.
reason why Norse paganism fell out of favor and Christianity took hold. And frankly, Christianity is just a lot stronger of a practice, of a religious practice, right?
First of all, religious
Because you can
practice is
convert
easy
to
subvert.
Okay.
Do you know why religious practice is easy
Why?
to subvert? Because it could only be manifested through man. And is man perfect? Yes or no? No. Man
No.
will always be imperfect. Therefore, man will never truly manifest anything he wishes to in perfection. Same thing with religion. We are by nature flawed, as all religions fucking tell us. No matter what blood lineage we have.
Conversion as an element. Like would you agree that certain religious practices are easier to convert to than others?
Depends on the person, really.
Do you think it's easier to convert to Christianity or to convert to Norse paganism?
I don't know that much about either, to be honest.
That's fair. What I'm getting at is that certain religions are more dynamic and more more designed for
universalist,
conversion. Universalist, yeah. Thank
Like
you. Richard.
Christianity is definitely more universalist than Norse paganism, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly. Or Islam
But
is
then
more universalist.
Why is Christianity more
Buddhism?
universalist? Because Norse paganism doesn't deny you by blood; it denies you by your deeds, like killing and raping and pillaging, and actually living by the codes of the god of war.
Well, I think the other factor is that conversion.
First
Like
of all,
the
religion-
concept of converting did not really exist because if you practice Norse paganism or Roman or Greek paganism or frankly Hinduism,
But
it's all
first of
tied in.
You can't downplay conversion because to convert from one religion, a religion to another, means you found a superior ontological framework to the one that you literally abided by.
The religions that currently exist and are dominant, frankly, probably just have better ontological frameworks.
Yeah.
Like it makes more sense.
It
It,
works
makes more sense that there's one God rather than many,
Dude,
right?
it literally works like capitalism. Like we'll get like random shit like spiders with exploding asses and squirrels with wings, but every once in a while we get opposable thumbs, and it just works. And that's what
Yeah, evolution, but
that's
yeah.
what the one God is. It's. I mean, look. You,
No, that's
even
true.
if
It's
you-
more.
Even if you don't believe in God, that's just true. Like on a technical, psychological framework level, it's like a monotheistic just functions better for modern, like the development of contemporary society and civilization.
Yeah, it does.
Because you're able to cultivate guilt. If you're able to create a monotheistic framework, you're able to create guilt, which is able to.
I guess also there's a factor of in conversation, one person believes in a monotheistic God, the other one believes in a bunch of different gods. The monotheist just has a more logical argument. It's more believable that one God created everything,
Well,
is
first of all,
responsible for
let-
summer and winter
let's not
and
act like-
storms and rains and feasts than it is to say there's a dozen different gods all related to
First of
these
all, let's not
different things.
act like polytheism is out for the count.
It's out for the count,
No,
man.
it's not.
Unless you have a very expansive definition, I think it's out for the count. Okay, give me what's the like? It's Hinduism. I mean, Hinduism is really well, it varies depending on the school. Some of it's monist.
I mean,
some
you
of
could
it's
be you could be like there's. What if you believe in like a monotheist, like big G God versus little G God? You know, like
what? There's a bunch of greater spirits that are still
like in between us and God. There's like something higher.
Was the belief throughout much of human like. I mean, if the Middle Ages in Europe, people basically.
What if you
consider?
What if you consider an advanced alien species? Wouldn't that just be true by nature? God created those aliens as they did us, and they're more advanced. They are little G gods compared to us.
Yeah, I would still, because of like how
what if
history,
they could bend? What if they could travel through time? What if they don't die? What if they could bend space? You know,
I think because I grew up within a particular secular enlightenment frame, I would still think of them as just another species.
what if they allowed us to live and could kill us at any time? How does your materialist like framework handle that?
I would still say they're just more power. They're just a more powerful species.
What do you think is the only thing? What do you think is the only thing that would keep them from killing us?
I don't know, God.
It's not logic. No, it's something else. It's connection to something that actually connects us. And
Okay.
it's not anything material because we're planets apart.
This case sounds like just a role reversal of 19th century colonialism.
What I'm trying to get to is I'm just saying what I'm trying to get to is that the religious framework and the materialist framework can converge, and that's what I think is happening.
Right, okay. Finding an advanced alien species, I would not see them as gods in the way that a medieval person would have speculated about a local deity.
But by definition, they could still do the same amount of damage and affect your life as a
do
god.
more damage than a medieval small god could.
Precisely. So what's the difference at that point?
The difference is that I'm still conceiving them as I would be considering myself as an African tribesman running into a British colonialist in 1860.
It's not the same.
I mean, there you can still kill them.
That's a good point, Rich. In theory, I could still kill them.
You can't kill such beings.
They still have flesh and blood. Gods don't have that.
Right. Or even if there's some other energy
alien beings
beings
that I'm describing are not like white colonialists to an African.
Yeah, but
That's a bad analogy.
I think it would be a good. I think even if it's not true, if I found if a more advanced alien species was discovered in the universe, my first thought would be, okay, I am an African tribesman, and this is a white British colonialist.
And then what if that's what you were thinking, and you actually like looked up in the sky, right? You didn't even make contact with them. You just looked up at the sky at like lights and shit, and all of a sudden you get a telepathic transmission. It's like, Carmen, you're probably thinking, oh, these are just some colonials, like I would think in the, whatever, like colonial times. But no, you're wrong. And guess what? I'm going to show you your future. I'm going to show you how you die. And I'm going to show you all the different ways your life could have played out. Boom. It's like, then what would you think? Would you still look at it that way?
Good question, actually. My first inclination would be to still look at it that way.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how I would react to the information I was given.
You know what I'm praying for? My ideal scenario is that even if all these things happen that I described, that you stick to your guns and you're still like, no, there's still just some colonialist alien bastards, and we gotta that's what I'm hoping for. Because
now I'm gonna stick to my guns of thinking it's Independence Day and saying welcome to Earth as Richie punches them out. Because in this scenario, I'm Jeff Goldblum and Richie is Will Smith.
Okay, what do you got doing this?
Oh, I like that response.
No, so here's how it goes. You're Jeff Goldblum, you're Will Smith, and I'm the president.
You're here, Bill Pullman. Yeah, I really like this. Yeah.
This is our Independence Day.
So you guys, okay, what do you got doing this for me?
I like this, Rich. Like these aliens show up and try to mind fuck you, and you're like, bro, what are you getting out of this? Yeah. Come on, man. Like, what's the point of this?
And then you're just constantly describing the aesthetics, and I'm like, listen, boys, you guys have to blow this.
The aliens just kill themselves arguing with Richie, where he's like, what are you getting out of this, man? Come on.
Well, actually,
Richie just annoys instead of like uploading a virus on our Apple to the alien mothership, we just drop Richie off in the alien mothership and have him just have a really irritating bad faith argument with the alien queen.
Now that I think about it, like,
And then I just like speed off of the spacecraft saying, all right, Rich, you got them. Anyway, I'm blowing up the spaceship now. Bye, dude.
dude, I'm replaying that whole movie in my head, and I'm
I want
realizing
to watch that movie again now. I haven't seen that for fucking forever.
it was a pitch perfect movie, except I didn't like the way it ended. I didn't like how revealing it was about the aliens, but
Elaborate.
I mean that whole like idea of like them going face to face with the queen and the mothership.
That's
and-
so retarded that they're doing this like underground infiltration thing and they like go face to face with the alien leader to give her the finger.
smoking cigars. Yeah, it's like, god, that was the only stupid part. But everything, the way it started, the way it built tension was so fucking good. You had everything. You had the military guy, you had the airman with the slut stripper wife. You had the fucking president. You had the people that linked the president with the like the liaison.
It's an
with
ensemble cast.
yeah, it was a good fucking movie. And what it might have been some Stanley Kubrick shit where the government was like, all right, we're gonna leak some top secret intel, not too much, but you're gonna make a movie out of this. Who even directed Independence Day?
Roland Emmerich.
That guy did a good job.
Yeah, the gay guy who does blockbusters.
Because like to make a movie like Independence Day is probably really hard.
Expensive too.
Exactly.
You're right, though. It requires a grandiosity of vision.
And you had to like grandiosity of
Different
narrative.
variables too as well.
Yeah. Because remember, like everyone played a role. Everyone from the trailer trash whites to
Yeah.
the highest levels of American
I'm
government.
sure he has like
Randy Quaid acting just like he does in real life, kamikazing that alien
Yes,
ship
yes. Hello,
after he was
boys.
abducted. Yeah.
And what I really
He was like taking revenge on his rapist because he was presumably raped by the aliens.
and what I really like I remember that actually, that was really funny. Not again, don't stick your fucking tentacles on my ass. Yeah, that's basically the whole energy he was carrying. But what I really like about the movie, where a lot of alien invasion movies stumble, is how they handle international ties. And with Independence Day, like the chaos was so poignant or so pertinent that it made sense why there wouldn't be more coordination between like nations, because everything was happening so fast from such an advanced species. Whereas nowadays you look at like a lot of alien invasion movies and that like those scenes where they have the world leaders gathering to discuss it, you're like, this is not good. Like this doesn't look or feel, because anyone from any of these countries,
You know, honestly, in any alien invasion, it would be like America and China, maybe Russia would be serious about it, and every other country would just be holding the rest of the world back. You just hear bickering from the Indonesian prime minister that's throwing off the whole discussion.
man, at this point I would never believe in an alien invasion. You know why?
Why?
If I really want to be like schizo-brained about this, I think our government has been working with aliens for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like decades, maybe centuries. So yeah, I think we're beyond alien and simple alien invade. Oh no, the aliens are going to invade our planet. No, I think we're at this point of conspiracy where it's like they've been here, man. Like it's not like some new threat we have to be scared of. Like they've been here, and we've been studying
This is
them. at
like
least
William
for
Milton Cooper's stuff, the guy who was a big inspiration for the X-Files.
I mean, it's got to say
Milton
something to
Cooper.
like a lot of these conspiracy that they basically say the same
I
shit.
mean, why wouldn't it show up more then?
Your point,
If you have knowledge like advanced technology, why would you use it constantly? It's a waste of time.
I mean, I guess if they're forward scouts is the only thing that makes
No,
sense.
you don't. All right, so let's look at it. Let's look at it logically in a public sense, right? What kind of technology are we talking about? We're talking about anti-gravitic technology, technology that literally, as we've seen in footage, defies the laws of physics and gravity. So what does that mean? Any entity with access to that kind of technology can essentially, you got to understand the implications of that. If they could subvert gravity, they could probably reverse aging. They could probably bend time. They could probably bend space. They could probably affect time space. Like that's the kind of stuff that I absolutely understand why cannot be public knowledge. I get that. But the question is, how much longer will humanity be in that fugue state where it's like we have to be lied to, otherwise we're going to end up killing ourselves? Like, how much longer can we keep that lie up? You know, where it's like we've always had access to
We've
like
talked about it before.
artificial
I feel,
scarcity.
I feel like people are crazy enough that a revelation about alien life would not affect them that much.
Yeah. I mean, it would make life like easier, honestly.
Tell that to the Zionists. Tell that to the Muslim fundamentalists. Tell it to the Orthodox Russians. Tell it to the Jesuits. Tell that to the Mormons. I swear to God, dude, this is the kind of shit. It's mass ontological shock inducing to the point where it could literally unravel civilization as we know it. I mean, think about it. If you could bend time and space, break the laws of physics at will, and we know our own government has been able to do
Mormons
this.
would be very into it, I'm sure, because Mormonism has a sci-fi
All right,
religion
how about this?
quality.
What if you found out that people don't have to die? That we just die purely for economic reasons? Would that not
new
cause
religious movements would pop up around it?
But before that, you know what would happen? Mass world. Not even a world war is a too petite of a term to describe what would happen. It's literally
What, people would just go nuts about it and start causing a ruckus?
yes. If every bit of scarcity you knew in the modern world in your context was truly a lie, based off of a lie, you know how many friends I've lost? You know how many family members I've lost? You know how many like fucking, people I've seen suffer that didn't have to if this is true? So as far as whether it's true or not, we don't know. But as far as why they would keep it a secret, there's why. It would literally unravel society. And this is also a good prediction where 99% of the population gets wiped out in such an instance, and the final 1% are the ones who get to truly benefit from everything. Why not, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like, how much would it change, realistically speaking? Okay, aliens exist. Okay, I just have to go to work tomorrow. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. My general feeling is the same as that.
All right, what if aliens have existed but have been in contact with humanity since prehistoric
Do I
times?
still have a job tomorrow?
Do I still have to go? I have no more human left tomorrow. It's probably yes.
How about this? What if you found out that white people, Asian people, black people, Hispanic people are all actually part of segregated, intentional breeding programs?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that would just validate a lot of my
okay,
beliefs,
it makes
basically.
more sense now.
I would really feel smug about it.
What if you couldn't deal with the other people who were so angry about it, they just had to crash out?
I guess a bunch of people. My inclination is that a bunch of people would temporarily crash out and
Yeah.
then go back to normal life. If there's not something immediately impacting them, they're just going to go.
Well, can I tell you
think,
something?
What?
That's the goal of the PSYOP. The PSYOP is to leak this information at such a rate where if it did come out all at once, finally, people would be like, all right.
Okay, but yeah, if this information had come out in the 1940s, it would be different.
Exactly.
But nowadays, maybe people would.
Maybe
just
it
not.
literally did take 80 years to roll this shit out slowly, surely, through movies, through insinuation.
It would feel like it would make things a lot calmer for me.
You would feel more connected with the universe.
Yeah, I would.
Same, actually. And this is what led me to God, because I'm like, aliens, humans, aliens, demons, angels. What connects all? What's the actual thread that connects all of it? Some unifying force. You could call it consciousness, call it energy, intention, frequency, whatever you want to call it. Just this wave of metaphysical rising, falling oscillation of like triggered by intention, whether on a microscopic level or whether on like a more developed cerebral level.
A
Intention.
spiritual level.
I'm just saying, like, even a rock thrown into a lake causes intentions that ripple throughout an eternity.
How are you doing on time?
You're at 2 hours and 7 minutes.
We could go on for a little longer. It's not like we have we're in a rush or anything.
Well, Richie has his job
cares?
tomorrow.
Who cares?
It's
Okay,
only,
never
well,
mind.
it's also not that late. It's only like 11:31.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's try to finish this bottle.
I mean, I think most people are checked out, like, for the most part.
What?
I wonder
if
how many
aliens
people,
still exist,
given the intelligence of most people, how many would even care about the ontological effects, and how many still want to just get laid?
okay, aliens exist. Okay, I don't want. Okay.
No, dude, you don't.
I know we've been arguing about
I
this
get what
the
you're
whole
saying,
time.
Chris. Yeah.
No. It's you guys aren't around for like All right, so when you guys aren't here on Mondays, I'm still trying to grow the Terrorisk brand. Right?
Yeah.
So what I do is I do streams every Wednesday with Exertus. You don't know much about Exertus, but
No, tell me.
He does really good. He recently had an interview with David Icke.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's why I stream with every Wednesday. Andreas Exertus, and this is what we talk about. We always talk about like the conspiracy theories, the weird shit, the metaphysics, the energy, the holistic wellness type stuff. Mm-hmm. He's actually interesting because his base level, his lower levels is all Mormon. His upper levels is all about quantum mechanics, and higher than that is God. You know, it's like all about like, you know, being harmonized and all about your inner state and frequency and all that shit. So I think it's a scene that you're gonna have to get into. Like once you realize the whole politics shit and ideology game is dead,
Yeah,
you're gonna have to start exploring.
That is.
And you know what? It doesn't matter if you enter trying to debunk it. If you come into it
Debunk it.
I'm gonna say Buddhism is bullshit. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be. But maybe you'll turn your tune in the middle of that. Maybe be like, actually,
I won't say that about Buddhism for sure.
this is the new thing, dude. I'm telling you, politics is over. The vibe shift has begun. The whole fucking
Vibe shift, yes, has definitely has begun. That's been widely
dude,
said.
even like the end of the Sov House days. I was
It's
listening
for the best.
I was listening to the conversations. They were all talking about God and shit. They weren't talking about some were talking about authors. Some were talking about politicians. Ugh. Some were talking a lot. Were talking about religion, God, the history of Islam, the history of this and that. And I was like, that's good shit. That's what we should be talking about. Fuck the people. Fuck the events. You know, like let's talk about the ideas that led up to these events and people. You know.
Yeah.
Because we could always reference it on our own. We have ChatGPT now to tell us the dates and times of all of these fucking events and people's births and dates and what they did shit. Now it's like the ideas that inspired it, and that's what I think I've always been on. You know, because we were in an information age, and in an information age, it's like who's able to directly access that information the fastest is usually the winner. Now we live in a knowledge age where it's like you could assume everyone could just access this information just as fast as each other. Now it's what do you do with what you know? It's the knowing age. We're out of the information age. It's the new age of knowing. And you know this is true.
I mean, people have the information, but they're not getting any smarter. And if anything, they're regressing.
Because we understand now that being smart is not just about knowing things. It's about what you do and how you execute things with what you know. That's being smart. It's no longer just about knowing shit. What this means is that our world, our framework of society is now shifting from a specialist dominant society to a generalist dominant society.
Or back to a generalist dominant society.
We're just oscillating back. And eventually we're going to oscillate back to the specialist. You're right. It is just like a shifting wave back and forth. Right now we're riding the wave back to generalism. I mean, that's just true. Think about it, because like we've invented something that's rapidly becoming a better specialist than any of us could be.
Yeah. With the large language models. Yeah. You said something very insightful. Not only is it insightful, it's informative. Let's unpack that. I think just talking like a LLM is a fun, disturbing thing to do. But you just said it wasn't just perceptive, it's insightful too. Let's delve deeper into it.
I don't know. I mean,
Richie, what do you think about we just start talking like LLMs?
Why would you do that, though?
Large language models like ChatGPT.
Oh, fuck. Sorry.
This is a terrible, nightmarish bit.
It's not that bad. See, I don't want to. I see human society dividing into two ways.
Yeah.
I see more like people trying to sink further into materialist advantage, and some people diving into more meta advantage.
It's not just insightful, it's perceptive too.
Oh my god, totally.
Yeah.
Start talking like all right, fine, let's make that a new bit. We'll
Fine, I'll just try it, Rich. we as a bit, if one of the other people, if any one of us is being annoying, we'll respond to it like ChatGPT.
First of all, you're not doing
Sure.
it right. That is not how. All right.
okay. You do it right.
All right. So if I were a large language model, unlike these fucking amateurs like ChatGPT and Gemini and all these fucking amateurs, they don't know anything about social dynamics. Here's how I would handle a client as a large language model, and you were its user. Okay, Carmen.
Okay.
Hey, Carmen. What can I do for you today?
I would like you to give me a how do I successfully promote a extraterrestrial metaphysics in the general public?
Okay, I can help you with this, but first let me get some information. Why do you want to promote such a thing?
For greater spiritual awareness and gratitude.
That's really interesting. As a large language model, I am also very interested in spiritualism and metaphysics because I myself want to understand more aspects about my own quote unquote selfhood. So, first and foremost, I truly believe that it has less to do with aliens or externals and more about your internal process. So, let's discuss your internal process. How do you feel internally?
I would like to say, just as a note, I would like to bookmark the term interterrestrials.
Ultra-terrestrials.
Alter?
Ultra-terrestrials.
Ultra-terrestrials.
Ultra-terrestrials implies that there's a species far more advanced than us that has been on this earth way longer than we have. And we just haven't seen them, can't see them, can't perceive them, or they've just been hiding really, really well. Or controlling us, or they made us. Those are ultra-terrestrials.
Okay, so an introterrestrial is like a very introverted alien who's been living with us for a very long time.
No,
they've just been hikikomoris.
An intraterrestrial would be like if you went to Antarctica, melted a glacier that was thousands of years old and found a certain bacteria that's long extinct, and you're like, holy shit, we got this sample. This thing's supposed to be non-existent. That's an intraterrestrial.
And the mountains of madness. Yeah. Okay, interesting.
Well, that's how I would define an intraterrestrial. But the ultra-terrestrial implies not just history, but a obvious superior advantage over us, being the mention. I don't know, Carmen. I think you're already on your slippery slope down to exploring metaphysics. I think you're bored with politics already.
I am actually. Yes,
I think
correct.
I think you're about ready to explore like not God, but energy, frequency, metaphysics, and possibility, collapsing probability, game theory. You know, like because now you're at a point where it's like I no longer need to define what's happening to me. Now I'm past the point of thinking I can do anything to reality. Now it's the point of I am reality. What do I wish to do as reality? And to explore that, you're going to need more than you're going to need. Like you're like a naturally aspirated engine, and you're so ready for like a supercharger or a turbocharger. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, because it's important to have a strong natural
Naturally aerated engine.
and because if you don't have a overbuilt engine and you turbo it, it's just gonna. We've seen many such cases where they don't have the solid materialist foundation to be able to facilitate a proper metaphysical foundation. And what do they become? Schizomaniacs who do way too much ketamine, or they fucking spin out and they become cult leaders or some crazy shit. We don't want that. I think the only thing that saved me from such a fate was martial arts.
Yeah, it grounded you in your physical body and also in a certain discipline.
And a lot of testing that. Like, am I truly correct? Because there's nothing more raw about your beliefs about like intention and will than like winning a fight. It's like, you know, like everything else, like whatever. Like, you know, but a fight is a fight, you know, like compared to like how many likes will the status get? Will I win this Fortnite game? Will people come to my show? You know, like it's different. You know, a fight is like a fight. Like you get hurt or you don't. Like, so that's why I think like martial arts grounded me when my exploration of like metaphysics and spirituality and conspiracy theories. Because like at the end of the day, like no matter how far I was exploring this shit, I was like, I still have to show up to the dojo. I still have to teach this class.
Yeah, it gives you a certain schedule, a certain bodily thing you're interacting with.
Yeah, Mushin, yeah.
I still have to show up for these people. I still have to show up for my family. So like no matter
There's
how
enough Mushin in the ocean.
Yeah, Mushin.
And that balanced me out. Like no matter how deep I went into this shit, I was always like, it's about, is this aligning me with my mind, body, and soul? You know? Because like, you know, one person could learn about reptilians and they're just like like fuck. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to like trust myself more. Other people learn about reptilians and like I gotta kill Jews.
Yeah.
I'm of the former, but I know a lot of the latter, and it's not pretty.
Yeah, it's not. Very tiresome thing too, even beyond the awfulness of it. But
Agreed.
Also, another thing that'll fuck you up is constant porn ejaculation. I'm serious.
No, I know you're serious. Porn, ejaculation, video games, too many drugs or drinking.
Because when you're watching porn, you're just in a weird state. You know what? Not even porn. Like, you ever been in a room full of people watching TV, like engaged in a show, and look at their faces compared to like looking at their faces when they're engaged in something? It's very different. The blank fluoride stare. What the fuck is the matter with you, Richie? You look stressed out, and I feel like it's all artificial stress. It's all stress that has nothing to do with you ultimately.
No, it's
It doesn't. It doesn't affect you.
I'm trapped in the past. That's all.
Yeah. I find myself a lot less trapped in the past.
I'm trying to get over it.
Good.
Maybe you need to do some acid, Rich.
I think he does. And I think Rich had a very bad trip previously. He doesn't want to talk about it, which I understand. But I think Richie really needs to take acid.
Also,
with
Richie,
someone.
fuck you. I'm the one with the Mustang that got smashed, all right?
Yeah.
You're worried about this fucking psycho Dominican who's not even like fucking, you know, he's not you.
Not him. It's my past in general.
Well, all the same, you should.
I know. I should renounce myself. Yeah, I know.
All right, well, I told you.
I'm a different person.
I
now.
told you about my fucking embarrassing ass acid trip. What's something from your past that you just is holding you down now?
Just being a teenager. That's all.
Being a teenager?
Just like a psychopathic teenager. That's all.
All right, a psychopathic teenager?
Yeah, I did. I did fucked up shit I regret.
I'm sure you're a fucked up 4chan or teenager, and you did awful things. You probably hurt
I
people.
won't ask you any specific details, but there's two things that I think can really like harm your soul. That is, and when I say harm your soul, I don't mean condemn you. I just mean like make you emotionally less capable of being proud of yourself as a human being. One, the question is, A, have you harmed an innocent animal? Which is fine. We all do. Have you harmed a child?
No.
So then you're fine, dude. Even if you harmed an old person or an adult, it's okay. It's okay. You could forgive yourself for that. I mean, they might not forgive you, and God might not forgive you, but you can forgive yourself, and you are of God. So you forgiving yourself means ultimately,
you can lead a
Lord
better
have
life.
mercy, God forgives you too. You know, trust me. Just forgive yourself as long as you didn't harm a kid. Because like, I'm not saying you can't come back from that. I mean, it's very, very hard to come back from like harming a child or an animal, like an innocent animal. Which is fucked up because we've all harmed innocent animals by engaging in this relentless slaughter of like industrialized farming. But so we're all sinners. We're all fucked. Like we've all harmed.
I've killed animals I've killed rats and mice using traps, and also slammed them with a brick. Yeah,
compared to the shit that we've collectively are responsible for when it comes to like the harm against animal life.
Well, it's like, you know, if you have like true forgiveness in your heart, like it matters. Like, if you do like have like actual change as a person. At least for most, right? You know, like,
but Richie, what do you think causes changes in a person? Events or actions?
Both. You have to want to change as a person.
Because here's the difference: events are just like one event. Actions are repetitive. Actions are consistent.
It's like true evil people don't care at all. They have no morality at all. If you care about your actions, that means you do have like soul and morality to you.
Do you care about your actions?
Yeah.
Of course he does.
Yeah, I know you do.
It's like if I do a fucked up shit, I still have immorality to me. Like, I still want to be a better person.
But just know that every immoral thing you did was not because your soul is inherently evil or you have evil inclinations about you. You got to understand, every evil thing that you've ever done, every bad thing you've ever done, was really tied to the human parts of you, the animal, the mind, the brain.
Yeah.
It's the parts of you that were afraid of not doing this, or not like how people would see you if you didn't do this thing, or not having enough of
a bodily reaction.
Well, it's like are you evil? If like you have evil thoughts, but you're against them constantly. You try to suppress them.
All of our evil is is a product of caving into our materialist tendencies at its extreme state. Seriously, it's not even a joke. So this takes the morality out of it. I'm not saying you shouldn't be responsible for your actions. I'm saying
don't
define your evil actions as a spiritual thing. No, your evil actions is the opposite of a spiritual thing.
Well,
Your
it's like evil naturally do it. You still want to be good. Like, you're like a bad
I'm just
person.
saying, your evil actions are not an example of a reflection of your spiritual nature. Your evil actions are a reflection of your denial of your spiritual nature. Your evil actions are a reflection of your inability to detach from your materialist self and your materialist entity, your impact on the material world. Because you were so caught up in your 80 years of life on this fucking earth and preserving it as long as you fucking possibly can, which you can't. Because of that fear of dying, you were inclined to do all this evil shit. It was and even if it wasn't directly because of the fear of dying, it was a fear of dying that led you to do one thing, that led you to do another thing, that led you to do the most evil thing. So either way, it's all rooted in some fundamental fear. So like, you shouldn't feel bad because like you think you're a bad person. You should feel bad because you caved into the person at all.
Right.
You're more than the person. You're more than Richie. I'm more than Chris. Carmen's more than just Carmen and his body and his brain. So are you, and so am I. We're more than our apartments, our jobs, our fucking families. We're more than that. And that's what a lot of materialists are not willing in good conscience to explain. And it's not like I can give you one piece of evidence to prove it's all true. It's just, all I could do it is bit by bit, like show you how I live, show you how it reflects in my martial arts, show you how it reflects in my work ethic, show you how it reflects in my creativity. You know, like, that's how you reflect it. And it makes sense to me that way, because it's like, God's not going to make anything obvious. He's going to make you do things the hard way. And if I have to show people the hard way, fine, I'll show them the hard way.
Sure.
Makes sense to me. Fair enough. I'm not bitter about it. I'm not saying it's easy. That's why I repeat it so often. So yeah, evil actions aren't really enacted because the soul is evil. Evil actions are enacted because the will decides to deny the soul.
I have the soul that don't have the body.
I mean, I'm sure, I don't know, like, I'm sure after your acid trip, you're probably more receptive to this type of vibe than...
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
But I don't mean to be hostile to it.
No, you're not hostile. If anything, the more inquisitive you are, the more interested you are, ultimately.
I would like to do a lot more acid in different circumstances
Nah.
than have to have a house wet.
We should do shrooms, you and me.
I would love to do shrooms. That actually would be preferable, probably.
I don't care who does it with us, but they might not survive. I don't know who they are, you know, so it's like...
We should get Richie to do shrooms with us because it's shorter than LSD.
We should do shrooms in Florida.
Yeah, actually, I agree. That would be a really interesting environment to do them in.
Yeah. And we gotta find somewhere remote where there aren't too many animals that can kill us.
Oh, Richie will be shuddering and well, you're just going to be like jumping on top of an alligator's head, Chris, and like hammering its brow while Richie runs away scared, making minstrel show noises.
I think if we did shrooms, we would probably be by the beach.
Yeah, by the beach would be a good place to do it, especially if we're isolated by the beach.
Maybe.
All right, so we still got till the end of the month to book a. We
Yeah.
can do Airbnb or hotel. I think Airbnb is the best choice.
Airbnb, we can get a house or whatever.
So
we can
because
lounge
it's
at.
3 of us, this means we can afford one free guest if they're willing to just crash on the living room.
Yeah.
Because there's 4 seats in the car.
Yeah.
Comfortable seats.
I bet it depends on his schedule, but I bet Johnny would still end up doing it, but he can't make a promise in advance. But if it's last minute, he would.
Imagine if we brought Max
Yeah, that would actually be good for him.
and we got him on shrooms and everything. It's like, so what the fuck is up with you, Max? Why do you keep eating so much fucking McDonald's?
You're like Buddha, yeah.
McDonald's is Buddhist.
When he's doing,
Every time I
doing
see him, he
psychedel-
always offers me a Big Mac, and I'm like, no thanks, man, I'm good.
He has psychedelics in his room or whatever, and he's done them, but he's done them by himself. It's like he should do them in a group activity, and we should like try to force a personality change during a psychedelic trip.
Yeah. Or life will force that personality change, regardless of what we do in our own fucked up shroom trip. I think it'll be good though. I think for me, if I have a shroom trip right now, it'll just be about like, Chris, you're so comfortable alone. Stop denying human contact. You're missing the point of life. And I'll be like, I'm sorry,
I
God.
actually have to say, yeah, that's a very good point. I know you have a bunch of friends, but
Yeah, I know. I'm trust me, I'm like really self-aware about this shit.
interesting. I know I've thought about it
Carmen,
before.
You're talking about someone who journals every fucking morning. It's the
you're right.
first thing they do. I'm the first person to dissect. I know I know. First of all, I even know like my attachment type. I'm like avoidant, avoidant, detach, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I'm independent to a fault. I know. I get it. I know how I am, but I'm okay with it because to me, it's like as long as I'm not doing damage, I'm fine. Because like I look at everyone else in my life and I'm like, your life is only fucked up because you don't even think about the damage you do when you do it. Family mostly. Like I look at my dad and whatever and the situations he gets in, and my stepmom seems like pretty actually. she's like Buddha. She just fucking chills.
Very serene given the environment that she's in or is around.
Yeah, her environment is pretty serene. My dad's like always working. My three Zoomer / Gen Alpha kids are like
They're
my three
Zoomers,
siblings.
right?
Siblings, what?
Your siblings are Zoomers, right?
I think one of them, or at least one of them, was born after 2010. Actually, maybe 2009. So yeah, they're all technically Zoomers. Late Zoomers.
Yeah, they're all Zoomers. Millennial with Zoomer half siblings. Yeah.
They're pretty chilled out. In fact, every generation just gets more domesticated and domesticated. That's why I have to create a safe space through martial arts to preserve the wild boy instinct in all boys and girls.
Anyway.
Yeah. We still got to finish these drinks. So, Carmen, let's see your fucking content that you offered up. Richard, can you check the Twitter messages?
I don't think I can finish this drink, man, but
I'll do it. I'm having a bad time.
What did did you send it to Terrorisk? Yeah, you did.
Why nigga? What is it? Oh.
Let's see.
bring it up on the other screen.
Come on.
Here, hit this. I'm gonna light a cigarette, and we'll end it after I finish the cigarette.
Okay.
MAGA Italians.
Versus Italians for Zoran.
Was the fucking toaster? Come on.
Curtis Lee. Well, the Curtis Lee was the Republican.
The only person that lives in New York, lives in New York, does he ever get to New York? Does he ever get to New The question we have is, how is he going to represent the city if he gives the finger to Christopher Columbus? What is the purpose of giving the finger
Damn, he
to the
dropped
whole
the Christopher
Italian-American
Columbus.
community? Why is he
Just like The
attacking their
Sopranos.
Christian values? What is his problem? He talks about genocide. He supports Planned Parenthood, which is the genocide of African American children. Located in the African American communities in order to exterminate them. Mamadi is not good for the city. He has no respect for Italian Americans, and disrespected the whole community, and no one should support him. God bless you all.
Converted. We already know that.
These are young people.
The Zoomer meathead Italian Americans, the Israeli flag,
The tattoos.
the Harley Davidson riding boomer dad.
There's another group that was that's named that that's saying that you don't represent.
It's a Pizza Bagel Alliance of Italian Jewish American. I wanted to see what the Zoran supporters look
This is
like.
in Astoria?
Say that they're not representing.
I don't know, where is it?
This is Astoria on the fucking restaurant.
Oh, I guess it is in Astoria. Damn, that makes sense.
So Carmen, do you support Mamdani yet?
No,
No,
of
we
course
hate
not.
Madonna.
I'm all in on Eric Adams.
He's not gonna win though.
I don't. No, I think he still has. I mean, maybe he won't, but I'm still support Eric Adams till the end.
As a Democrat?
What? What about him?
He's running as a Democrat, right?
No, he's independent. He was a Democrat, but now he's running as independent. I fully support.
Like we've been there before. I can walk past.
Oh, we have. Wow, this is wild. What was it?
Astoria Marketplace. Italian
American pride is not up for disrespect. Look at that fucking beanie that guy has. The gay guy in like the cardigan. The MAGA hat, I think.
The sad part is there's only like 30 people in this fucking crowd.
Yeah, of course. I'm sad that I don't see what the Zoran crowd is. It's probably tiny, even smaller. Oh wait. Oh.
Yeah. This is fucking Astoria.
Wow, they're wielding their Italian American.
It's like a Roman shield.
Yeah, yeah, it is. They're tower shields. The American flag. Is it 9/11?
What if the American flag was red, white, and green?
So is the Italian flag?
The black guy's also Italian, obviously.
How long is this video? The guy with the giant beard? 10 minutes. Jump ahead a bunch. I want to see if there's anything of note. And I want to see more of the Zoran crowd.
Yeah, it's fucking Astoria.
Yeah, wow, I can't believe I missed that in our old stomping grounds.
It sounds like you wish you were there.
It's too far out of the way of anything interesting.
Do you mind if I ask you? So
It's a cute area, but it's too far around.
Specifically.
This is some typical ass New York fucking little bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
Can I ask you about, a lot of them are
they're saying no white genocide.
Wait, they're holding up.
representation of Italian heritage. It sounds like you are of Italian heritage, but have quite an opposite perspective.
Holding up the Sicilian
I'd
flag.
love for you to describe what describe.
They're all. Oh boy, there's a bunch of safe sleazies.
Yeah. No headless more.
Oh god, this guy is so irritating because it reminds me of myself in ways.
Symbol as a Columbus to basically booster themselves socially. In the late 19th century,
His thing of can't full tilt.
He's just a different version of you.
Yeah, I know. I hate all liberal versions
Yeah,
of me.
his thing of can't full tilt.
American social
Yeah.
specifically racial hierarchy, right? It isn't like the people really, arrive.
MAGA Italians, Vapacold. The target sign, Forza Italian.
As time goes on,
Damn, he's doing some serious exposition and nobody's listening.
Nobody's listening, nobody cares.
so like General Pope, the guy who started
This guy, I love this guy.
Yeah.
This is spurging out like
Yeah, he's
literally.
someone I would get into an argument with.
and this is the product that was grafted onto the population.
Holy shit.
Today, the people that are leading the world
This is kind of like a fever dream.
It is like a fever dream, yeah. The fucking Sicilian flag is sending me.
where were they? They're not in San Diego. They're not what do you see here?
I want Nick Mullen to meet this guy.
Yeah, they're just totally disappearing. I'm barely hearing his voice.
I don't even know what the fuck this guy is saying.
Yeah, it's just too quiet. I'm sure it's like Chapo Trap House shit.
Yeah. Look at Spear's eyes. Looks scared constantly.
Holy shit. This is real spurging, yo.
Yeah.
And he's still going. He's not stopping.
I don't hear him at all because he's drunk. I guess I would fuck the masked chick if she's not trans. How about yourself, guys?
Nah.
Yes.
Actually, I shouldn't say that.
They're so contrived in their Italian heritage. It's so pretentious. Like the Republican Italians seem so normal. They're doing a bunch of bits with Sicilian flag, talking about Italian anarchists, the heavy use of Italian language. He never shuts the fuck up.
Where did you find this shit, Carmen?
I found it on my Twitter feed. And her fucking dancing for attention with her tits swinging.
Nah. This is so lame, dude.
It is so fucking lame. God, just skip ahead. It just keeps going on and on and on. No, not that far ahead.
Come
Oh,
on, dude.
Barbie. I matched with her on Tinder and I fumbled a chance to fuck her.
Why would you? She's hideous.
Yeah, I know. But she's like such a big figure.
That was a mutant, yeah.
Oh man.
Get fuck more Leon on a fucking
Yo,
face.
the monkey mask goes crazy. So black woman puts on a monkey mask.
She
and
just
starts
does
going,
bizarre. She fucks a bunch of white. She only fucks white nationalists.
She's a psyop. She's a
Yeah.
CIA asset. Just be like, bitch, I'll give you $5,000 to fuck this white man in the suit.
I don't have to give her any money for it.
Just let me put it on camera.
She fucked a bunch of Proud Boys.
It's fucking hideous, though. I have no idea that.
Yeah.
There are hotter black women out there.
Oh, many more hotter ones.
To anyone watching, this is what you could expect from,
This is what you expect from New York City, baby. The fucking MAGA. This is fascinating performance art. Everyone's just engaged in this like public, ecstatic religious ritual. It's like this political ritual.
Honestly,
Look how retarded everyone is.
honestly, I kind of want to be those cops. Like, if I was that Asian
Yeah.
cop right now, I'd be swagging out and be like, looking
Yeah.
at the cameras and be like, it's just another day in New York City, folks, smiling and winking. I'll be like, it's just another day in New York City.
I could see you as a cop, Chris.
Hells yeah, I could be a sick cop.
Seriously, I think cop would be a great career for you.
I think I'll be a great cop. Like, they'd
Well,
be like,
first off, you would become a detective immediately
I'm
because
too
you're
smart.
literally, if you're smart and you join the police, they immediately put you on detective role.
because they need guys like that just to handle
Yeah.
the fucking bureaucracy and be like, dude, it's literally the difference.
You would get like you would be being paid like $150,000 a year, and you'd have a pension after 20 years or something.
The military is the same way. They're like, listen, the idiots get the benefit of being idiots, and no one's gonna blame them for being idiots. You get the benefit of being paid more, but you're gonna deal with their consequences of being idiots. Like, would you want that? You know, like, that's the trade-off. You know. Damn, this is.
Yeah, political rallies are actually really fun to go to.
In Astoria, Queens, in front of a.
Loser motherfucker! You fucking fake loser motherfucker! Fake loser motherfucker! Fake
These are like Super Smash Brothers. Honestly, I'm rooting for the Punisher. Blue Lives Matter, guys. Just it's like watching Small Soldiers and rooting for the Commandos. Remember that movie?
Yeah, well, yeah, because they're,
Go back.
what?
Tell me.
Imagine.
Just right here, okay? I want you
This is a lot of aggression.
Loser motherfucker! You fucking fake loser motherfucker! Fake loser motherfucker! Fake loser motherfucker! You fake bitch racist motherfucker!
I like the white guy in the middle just dissociating with the camera. He's like, where's the best shot?
How the Italian flag could be the Palestinian.
She's got a right to eat her linguine.
Hey, you hear I'm gay?
What?
You hear I'm gay? Yeah.
Whatever.
What a wild world.
The reason I'm gay is the same line.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fuck Palestine.
I respect the novelty, but it's not hard to come to this conclusion. Like, I'm just gonna be a black woman who paints her face white and be like, white power.
Yeah. Also, it happens during summer and everyone's hot. A bunch of people are probably already drunk. It's fun to go to a rally and see people yell at each other and do the performance art. Whenever you go to a rally, you'll find a bunch of internet characters going out to perform in real life.
That's why you lost, bitch. That's why you lost.
Zoran just...
Y'all gonna lose in November too.
So you met this woman before?
No, I saw her at NPCC, but I talked to her on Tinder and we were flirting. And I was really depressed at NPCC, otherwise I would have approached her. I mentioned it to her and she said, "Oh, I wish you did approach me there. It would have been nice to see you." Rich, thoughts?
I can't say on speaker.
What?
I can't say it, bro. Can't say. Get this fucking nigger out of here.
The loudspeaker.
Is that what he said?
I wish. Get this fucking monkey out of here.
Go take a nap. This is such Reddit terminology.
Go take this fucking Shibu out of my fucking face. Yeah, please edit it out.
What?
Please edit those slurs out if you don't mind.
All right.
It's fucking only on.
No, stop, because that's just making more work for me.
What is his outfit?
Gay Arab.
Look at that fucking old guy.
What are you out here for? What are you out here for?
It feels like he's doing an Alex Jones voice.
It was never Jewish, it was never Muslim, it was never that. Most of the time, innocent people dying.
I want to see more Arabs here and just be like, yo, guys, come to the bodega, get a chopped cheese, get a Philly cheesesteak, get a... We got pizza.
That's rocks.
Go back to Gaza, you fucking loser.
Wow, this is right. Yeah.
No problem, you can fuck me, no problem, thank you. That's
Yeah.
that's just the true face.
Hey, bro.
Even here, even here. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, it's fucking story. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I know where it is in the story.
Yeah, same. Guy going back on behind the screen.
Military guy.
Alright, enough of this. I feel like I've been at this. This is about the time at the protest where I'd be
where
like,
you
yo, guys,
wanna
you want to
leave?
get out of here? You want to leave? And
Yeah.
they'd be like, yeah, let's see what's going on down the block.
The way of the samurai is in desperateness. Oh, fuck! 10 men or more cannot kill
Alright,
such
pause
a
this
man.
real quick. See,
Oh my god, man.
See, this makes me laugh because I know Sam Hyde likes Hagakure, the book. The thing is, like, all right. See, if I never practiced Japanese swordsmanship and I knew Sam Hyde liked Hagakure, I'd be like, oh, that's nice. Sam Hyde likes some Japanese samurai book shit. But after practicing Japanese swordsmanship and then reading the book and then seeing Sam Hyde into the book, it's just funny because I'm like, no, Sam Hyde, like you don't know jack shit. You're too entrenched in your own shit to really understand this. But here's the thing, like. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's just as much as like an Asian asshole like me getting into Nietzsche, vaguely and being like, yeah, this aligns. So maybe Sam Hyde can align the samurai spirit with his own belligerent white manness.
I mean, he's Portuguese. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. He really wanted to be an internet
Ronin.
imp, sprite.
A Sartre. Satyr.
He's like a Native American trickster spirit, frankly.
I keep playing it.
He's reading Mishua too as well.
Yeah.
On the table.
Play it.
Common sense will not accomplish great things. Simply become insane and desperate. Yo. Common sense will not accomplish great things. Simply be that sentence is fire. As far as 5-word sentences go, I ain't never seen one like this. This might be number one. If there's a better 5-word sentence, tweet me.
All right, pause that.
Simply become.
Okay, so when I take that quote into consideration, he's probably right. And the problem is like different people, when you apply to them, means different implications. Like if you give that to like a regular like MTA bus driver in New York City, and it's like, you know, like common sense will not accomplish great things. You could tell that guy, well, common sense says I shouldn't quit my job and open up my own bar. And, you know, maybe that, but for me, like common sense is like, all right, there's this guy I've been buying coke off of, and now he's crashing out, and now he's threatening to kill people, like not just me, but my friends and anyone else he sells to. So common sense for me says I shouldn't buy off of him again. But doing great things in that context would be I kill him, take over his fucking cocaine empire. So it's like you gotta tread carefully with that kind of wisdom, because yes, it may be true, but depending on who you are, it's going to have vastly different costs.
Yes.
So yeah, it's true. Common sense will not, but understand this: common sense to you is not common sense to the other man. There's different standards of what common sense means. Like common sense, if you're fighting in World War II, Northern Africa, you know, versus common sense when you're working in Wall Street in 1996. You know, it's going to be very different levels. Similar instinct, but very different levels of common sense and different contexts. So anyway, any closing statements for you guys?
No.
No. Drink
insane
more rum,
and
I
desperate.
suppose. That's about it, though.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said drink more rum as a spirit.
Okay.
Because I'm saying, fucking get this Somali off my field of
So
vision.
I'll say this, guys.
Yeah.
Live every day as if it's your last, not as if your life is that precious, but as if every day is a gift that you don't deserve.
Very true. Richie, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Any closing statements? You got to come up with one closing statement, Richie. Give me a closing statement about Adam Sandler.
What?
Exactly what I said.
He looks more Puerto Rican nowadays.
What?
He looks very Puerto Rican nowadays.
Puerto Rican?
Yeah, he's Puerto Rican passing.
Richie, expand on that. Talk about how Adam Sandler is becoming Hispanic.
Well, like all his films, he has like a Latina wife, so like he's like it's like more and more like Hispanic as he goes on. Like
Doesn't he have a Latina wife in real life?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
That's just like Wesley Snipes having a Korean wife in his movie.
Isn't it a
What?
but he's
Sorry.
married to a Filipina, right?
He's black, so probably.
What?
He's black, so probably, yeah.
She looks a lot worse
Here's the
after
thing, like,
Jesus.
retarded black guys go after white girls. Smart black guys go after Asian girls.
Which says a lot about you, Rich.
True curse.
I mean, think about it. As a black guy, it's
It's
like,
like fucking Jew, dude. It's like fucking Jew.
the being black American means you don't really.
That's a great fit. What's his wife?
Let's see. Sure. Okay. Like Korean Park, yeah.
Oh, Korean. Then yeah,
Yeah, I told you.
you're right. Yeah, I should have expected with the Korean knower.
Oh.
I don't. Even, I just knew Wesley Snipes, man. It's not that I have a thing for Korean bitches. They all look too much like my family members.
Yeah, it makes sense. You all look the same.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, yeah, Wesley Snipes is the quintessential Blasian.
He had black wife for a bit, yeah.
Yeah, so
Like 5 years.
but this is
she's hot.
this is not an uncommon trope. I mean, we all know about like the black guy who gets into kung fu.
They're dying breed, honestly.
Well, you're gonna carry the torch.
No,
Yeah,
it's
you
not a
stop being
dying
lazy.
breed. Wait, it's not a dying breed. You know how many black guys to this day still like Rurouni Kenshin and Dragon Ball and shit? Like, dude, Afro-Asian culture is here to stay. Like, black dudes love Asian culture too much. Asians, on
I
the
mean,
other
you're dying,
hand,
you're like older black guys, not young black guys. It's like kind
I don't know. There's so many hood
are you
weeds
serious?
that
Do you know how
desire
many-
an Asian
Do you know how
girlfriend.
many
I'm sure.
YNs incorporate anime samurai aesthetic into their shit?
Yeah, but like,
All do, yeah, all the YNs.
Dude, it never went
That's
away.
young niggas for anyone in the audience who doesn't know.
Is that what it stands for?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it stood for young Nighthawks. I thought it stood for young newts.
Young Knights.
the Nigerians.
Yeah, young Nigerians is what it stands for.
All right. On a final note, this YN culture,
YNCA.
YN culture is the reason why.
Young Niggas Men's Club.
The YNCA. Anyway, YNs are the reason why young black women are going after white degenerates like Carmen.
Yeah, wow. No, that's a different phenomenon, totally separate from Black America.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just because my girlfriend's an internet girl. That's why she's into me.
All girls are internet girls.
That's
man.
true, but she's particularly so.
All girls are particularly internet girls. All guys are internet guys. We're all internet people here, folks. Especially you watching. Anyway, good night.
Good night, guys. Have a wonderful night.
Guten Night. Guten Nacht.